Hello, chat. Hello, it is your man Sean Tatel holding it down with another live round by round. And Fabio Wardley just stopped David Adelaide along the ropes. Fabio Wardley now 19-0 with 16 knockouts after he stops David Adelaide. So yeah, good co-main event this just now. Fabio Wardley's now 19-0 with 16 knockouts after knocking out David Adelaide. David Adelaide in round 7. David Adelaide, he just got one of those names like Lawrence Okolie, Martin Bacoli. He's just got one of those British names that I think the British announcers they really have fun with their accent pronunciating it. But how's everyone doing? It's your man Sean Tatel from the always elaborate, illustrious, cutting edge, high tech FightHype live studios here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Missed the live earlier this week, Monday for the ZCAP because had to be in Houston Tuesday for Ryan Garcia's public press conference at the Toyota Center where the Rockets play for Oscar Duarte. So haven't been live this week, so it's good to see everybody here on FightHype Live. What's up, Duder? What's up, By Slasher? What's up, Three Pumps? Blurt says, how you doing, Sean? Or Bert, excuse me. Doing good, Bert. Thank you for asking. Yeshua Savior says, Sean, the man, the myth, the legend, the only man that's hung like the star, Mr. Take Your Wife. No, that you are too kind, Yeshua Savior. And I'm Mr. Has a Wife, not Mr. Will Take Your Wife. But nice left hook there by Fabio Wardley, finishing off David Adelaide. Adelaide sticking his tongue out on the replay. He gets up, right hand, left hook, sends him to the canvas. And then he got up from that and actually got stopped standing upright on the ropes, but his balance and legs were gone. And David Adelaide, despite being on the undisputed roster on PC and Steam, loses 7th round knockout to Fabio Wardley. So yeah. Wizard of the Crystal says, peace to the best commentator in the game. Oh man, Alberto Casade says, saluto tutti da Roma. Grande match. Hey, grazie mille, paisano. But we are just waiting for main event time for Fury and Ngannou. There's going to be some time to kill between now and 3 o'clock, which is supposed to be the scheduled ring walk time for Fury and Ngannou. Yeah, and this fight is all about Tyson Fury. Of course, we all expect him to win this fight, but the real assessment tonight for the boxing eyes, for us using our boxing eyes at home, is to assess how Fury looks with the eye test. We know he's going to beat Ngannou in all likelihood, although as cliche as it is, in this division, in the heavyweight division, one punch really can change anything, and Ngannou apparently can punch. I'm not an MMA guy, but his power is highly vaunted in the MMA world. But so, sure, if Fury is truly on a mission to beat himself tonight, maybe Ngannou can help his cause with a big bomb, but this isn't so much about is Fury going to win tonight. It's about how does he look tonight in preparation for Usyk, and does he get out of there quick and unscathed so it doesn't mess up a December 23rd date with Alexander Usyk here in Riyadh in the same spot in Saudi Arabia. They're supposed to fight December 23rd. I'm skeptical of that. That's a less than 2-month turnaround. No one ever fights that often, especially in big level fights these days in boxing. So I don't know about that, but if Fury handles this man in 3 or 4 rounds, uses his slickness, his speed, and his reflexes to not get hit, and is unscathed, then maybe they will turn around and do it December 23rd. In regards to Fury Usyk, I still favor Tyson Fury, but Usyk picked him up. I like that foreshadowing stuff, that mental battle before they get to the ring. And Usyk sent a message to Fury a little bit a day or two ago when he picked him up off his feet pretty easily. And Fury, who calls Usyk all kinds of things like a little sausage, the middleweight, we're going to spark the middleweight. He calls him the middleweight, calls him the rat face, calls him the little sausage, calls him all kinds of things. And then when he sees Alexander Usyk, he wants a big hug. And so Usyk, more serious, even though he tap dances, he dances in camp, and he makes the funny faces, Usyk a little bit more serious than Fury, and hugs him, and then picks him up off his feet, lets him know, hey, I'm not as small as you think I am. This middleweight is a heavyweight and can pick you up, and I'm playing no games. I'm here to see you do your thing, and then I'm here to whoop your ass in December for Undisputed. So Fury's got to turn it on a little bit. Definitely use this as a tune-up. He's got to get back to his focus, you know. He's got to get back to the guy that fought Deontay Wilder. And there's some questions there if he can beat the guy that fought Wilder in those second and third fights. Because, well, actually, fight number 3, he wasn't as good as he was in fight number 2, Tyson Fury. Not in terms of the physical shape his body was in. And to me, he was a little bit lesser than he was in 2020 in the second fight compared to the third fight. And a question for Fury is how many can he go back to the well? Because that third Wilder fight in particular, in the first one too, where he had to do the Undertaker in the 12th round, that was such a brutal heavyweight fight, an all-time. Look, I know my history of boxing. It's not blasphemous to say that Fury Wilder 3 was a little Thriller in Manila-like. You know, like the third fight between Ali and Frazier, in terms of the brutality, in terms of the punishment both men were withstanding. And since then, Fury's been a heavy favorite in 2 fights against Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora, 2 guys he knows he can beat that he grew up with in England. But now Usyk is the real test. Can he go back to the well? Can he summon the level of motivation and heart and all that he did in that third Wilder fight? We'll see. If he can't, then Usyk might pull off that upset and take it to him. But if he can, he'll be fine, because in boxing, one of the best old cliches is a great big man beats a great small man, and on their best night, you know, Fury will beat Usyk. I don't have any doubt about that. But at 35 years old now, having made a shit ton of money, not in the kind of shape he was in 3 years ago for the Wilder rematch, you know, there's questions there. So I want to see some of them answered based on the eye test with him tonight. We know Ngannou's going to be not hard to find defensively, but let's see how Fury looks on his feet. Let's look at his hand speed, the snap on his punches, everything. Because against Dillian Whyte and Chisora, he looked solid. He looked pretty good. You know, he looked like himself, but not a peak Tyson Fury, not at the peak of his powers. So we'll see how he looks against Ngannou. Will he fight Usyk next? Yeah, that they're already signed. I just question the timing. Silverstream, Silver. I'm gonna just call you Silver, brother. But yeah, I think they're definitely gonna fight next. I think that's all agreed to. But I don't know about December 23rd. That's gonna depend on Fury in this fight with Ngannou and how unscathed he gets out of there. Like I said, fighters don't do that very often anymore, if ever. Fight twice in 2 months, especially in a big event level. I know this is an easy fight on paper, but 2 big events back-to-back in 2 months, we'll see. What's up, Red? What's going on, Red? Red said, what's up, Sean? Brum Oska says, Sean, what if the saying on a given night an older fighter can bring back his prime for one fight happens to Andrade, and then it turns out to become like Pacquiao Thurman? Well, Brum Oska, that's always possible, but the phrase is every great fighter has one last great fight in them. And Andrade, unlike Pacquiao, has never proven to be a great fighter. Very skilled fighter, very good fighter. At 154 and 160, very fast and talented fighter. Still fast, still talented, but I think not as much as he was in those days at 54. So I don't know if that applies to Andrade, because the saying is every great fighter has one last great fight in him. And that's in reference to guys who beat several other champions in great fights, and they've been in all kinds of wars but they still summon it when you think they can't anymore. Kind of like Nonito Donaire did against Ubali, or Roberto Duran against Iran Barkley, or like you said, Pacquiao and Thurman. Andrade hasn't proven himself to be in that kind of class. So I think you're going to get an Andrade that was better than he was against Damon Nicholson, but you're not going to see him be as fast and as floaty around the ring as he was at 154 in his 20s. So I think you're going to get a better version of Andrade than you saw against Damon Nicholson, but I still think Benavidez is going to win that fight, Bromoska. But Molly Mall says, can Bivol win a belt if he jumps to heavyweight? Molly Mall, no. Too small for that. Too small. No. Too small. And doesn't have the temperament at heavy. Well, I mean, Usyk is like him, right? Very technical boxer, but Usyk finished guys off. He knocked out Tony Bellew, for example, at cruiserweight. I think Gasayev went the distance, but he hit Gasayev with everything. Bivol doesn't put together the kind of combinations and power shots that Usyk does. He's a lot smaller than Usyk. He's about 6 feet, 6'1". Usyk's 6'3". I think Bivol could go to cruiserweight and become champion, Molly Mall, but not heavyweight. I think he could go to cruiserweight and become champ. You see Zurdo Ramirez, well, he beat another light heavyweight in Joe Smith, but I think Zurdo Ramirez and Badu Jack would be about a 50-50 fight at the odds makers, and we saw what Bivol did to Zurdo. So I think Bivol could move up and beat a Badu Jack. Now, I don't know if he'd beat the New Zealand kid, the Samoan kid, Jai Opataya. Maybe not, because that's a natural cruiserweight who can do a lot of the things Bivol can do. But no, Bivol can't go to heavyweight, but he could go to cruiserweight and become champion. He could do that. What's up, Gary Lang? What's up, Bible English? What's up, Arise Champion? Molly Mall says Bivol versus Jared Anderson would be a classic. I think he's just too small for Jared. And you see what Jared does with small heavyweights. He gets them out of there quickly. And then Jared, even though he got hit with too many left hands probably by Charles Martin, he took him well. And Charles Martin's a 6'5", 240, big heavyweight who does have power. And Jared Anderson was able to walk through that and kept pressing him. So Bivol, I mean, if he didn't have the power to really shake up Canelo Alvarez, a 5'8" super middleweight, he's not. I don't think he'd have anything to make Jared Anderson respectful. Because Jared does it. If you don't give him anything in there, he doesn't play with his food. He's not very respectful. He'll take you out in 2 or 3 rounds. So I don't think so, man. I love you, Molly Mall, but Bivol is just too small to fight a heavyweight like Jared Anderson. Just too small. It's not a skill thing. It's a size thing. Ms. Joette says, "What's good, Sean? How's the family doing?" Thank you, Ms. Joette, for asking. Nice to have you in the chat as always. And they're downstairs playing. My son, he loves that Luigi's Mansion 3 on Nintendo Switch. My wife's already beaten it for him, I think, twice, and now she's on her third new game because he just loves Luigi's Mansion. So they're playing Luigi's Mansion, and they've been sick the last 3 or 4 days with the flu. So my son missed some school, and yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh, my wife just texted me. Leo said, "Daddy is a good talker because he is cute. He gets mad because he doesn't get interviews sometimes." That's funny. I guess he hears me talk a lot. Man, I feel kind of bad that my son hears my bitching. But yeah, that's all. They're downstairs. Thank you, Ms. Joette. Edwin Ola says, "Sean, you're the best broadcast show." Thank you, brother. You guys help a lot because we got time to kill. We got about 45 minutes to kill until main event ring walk time. So please keep it coming. I see my man Tim Bradley with Joe Tessitore. And Brett Okamoto, good dude, Brett Okamoto. What was the fight I covered with him in the bubble at Top Rank? It was Valdez and Burchell. So shout out to you, Brett. Do I think Fury will retire after Usyk? Says Desiree Madera. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he likes this. I think he likes this too much, and I think boxing keeps him out of trouble, keeps him away from drugs and trouble. And he also makes a shitload of money doing it. So I don't think so. But I'll say this. When he beats Usyk, he's done. In my eyes, he's done. He's done everything he's got to do. He's a Hall of Famer now. He's an all-time great heavyweight now. He ended the previous decade-long reign and era of the previous dominant heavyweight era of Vladimir Klitschko. He ended that reign. And then he knocked out the greatest puncher in since the new millennium, since the year 2000, I think the best puncher at heavyweight in the division's history since that year 2000 is Wilder, and he knocked him out 2 out of 3 in 2 out of 3 fights, and the third fight was Ali Frazier-esque, was Foreman and Ron Lyle-esque. It was a war. It was a war for the ages. So Fury's already an all-time heavyweight, but if he really wants to shut the door and cement his legacy and leave no doubt, beating Usyk to get every single belt on top of the other things he's accomplished, it's a wrap. He did what he had to do. He is done at that point. It's all gravy from there on out. He could be like Roy Jones and get knocked out 10 times after he beats Usyk, and his legacy in his prime will have been solidified. Now, if he loses to Usyk, it's going to hurt him. People like me, if that's what my eyes see, in fact, might point out, I think those Wilder wars took a little stuffing out of him, but he loses to Usyk, it'll scar his legacy a little bit. He calls him the middleweight. The middleweight! We're going to beat the middleweight, the rat-faced middleweight, the little sausage, the dosa! But if he loses to this cruiserweight coming up, then yeah, it'll hurt his all-time ranking. It'll make people deservedly say, look, if a 6'3 heavyweight in Usyk was able to beat up Tyson Fury, then maybe all that talk about as great as Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield, as great as guys like that were, they're just too small for today's heavyweights. Not that they're not good enough, not that they're not skilled or fast or great enough, they're just too small. But if little old 6'3 Alexander Usyk from cruiserweight comes up and beats Fury, then yeah, that'll put an end to that notion, which in a sense would be cool, because I still would like to think that Larry Holmes and Evander Holyfield and Muhammad Ali would still be the best heavyweights in the game today, even if they were outweighed by 50, 60 pounds. That's just something I would like to believe, so I'm okay with that. But I think Fury will beat Usyk if and when it happens. But Usyk is the guy who's more locked in, and he's hungrier right now to win that fight, and that definitely means something in a big fight. Fury's got to he's got to tighten up, and it starts tonight. Let me see this real quick. Boom. I just banned the spammer. I banned the spammer, chat. Did that. All right, let's start a poll while we're at it. Okay. Who wins tonight? Let's see. What's a good nickname? Forget it. Okay. The Big GK. Francis. All right. Poll is up, chat. Let your voices be heard. Who wins tonight? The Big GK or Francis? Let's see. All right. Got a super chat from my man, Lester Walnuts. Arslanbek Makhmudov could take over the heavyweight division. What are your thoughts? He's got the face to scare a fighter. Pause. Arslanbek, good dude, humble man, strong Russian man of the Islamic faith, no nonsense kind of guy, but a big teddy bear of a guy. Got a sweet side to him when I interviewed him. Nice man. Definitely not a man you want to mess with. I saw Evan Korn from Top Rank, the head of Top Rank PR, and I saw Evan, and Evan's doing what he's supposed to do. He is PR. He's supposed to make Top Rank's fighters sound as formidable and as dope as possible. And he said, watch out, here comes the Beterbiev of the heavyweight division now. And because like Beterbiev, Russian, Islamic background, that kind of thing. And no-nonsense guy like Beterbiev. He ain't Artur Beterbiev. I gotta shoot that down. He ain't Artur Beterbiev. He doesn't have Artur Beterbiev's precision and accuracy and footwork. But Makhmudov's a tough customer. I want to see that fight with him and Jared Anderson. I think Jared Anderson could beat him. But he is a good puncher and extremely strong and has no fear. So the heavyweight division can always use another heavyweight like that. A big, strong guy with no fear who wants to fight. That's a good thing. I like Makhmudov. I liked him when I interviewed him. Cool guy. And again, a big, strong heavyweight. But I think he lacks the precision, the hand speed, the athleticism, the footwork to become heavyweight champion. Now, I think he's a legit guy. He's not an easy night, but I don't see him becoming heavyweight champion. Tyson Fury apparently pronounced his name as Arsehole instead of Arslanbek, which is kind of a funny troll. Tyson Fury is funny. I know he gets on people's nerves. He's been a dick to me before. I've even had... there was one time I was interviewing Tyson Fury when he was still allowed to fight in America, and he was getting ready for Tom Schwartz. And I was allowed to go down to the Top Rank offices to interview him. He was being a dick. He didn't really want to talk. He did the interview. After he does the interview, I'm interviewing someone in his camp. What was the guy's name? Jose, light heavyweight kid, middleweight kid. And Tyson throws his shoe at me while I'm interviewing him. And then when he walks out, he moons me. He shows his ass and walks out like that. And I was like, what an asshole, you know? But then he's Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. One minute he'll hug Usyk, and Usyk will pick him up off his feet and he's giggling about it. And then the next minute, he could turn it on. He could turn it on and become the Gypsy King and become the baddest man in the heavyweight division. So yeah, but that was funny. But yeah, back to my point about Fury. People get tired of that shit, right? He says a bunch of crazy things. 1 minute he says I'm donating all my money to charity, and I don't care about money. The next day he's talking about it's all about the money. It's all about the money, baby, and I'm getting paid and getting laid and all that. You know, the man is literally diagnosed with being bipolar, and he's Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, you know. But overall, I like him. I think he's a guy with some depth. Sometimes he's just rambling and saying crazy shit, but when he wants to be, he could be kind of brilliant. He could be a very smart man who's not afraid to say things that both sides would disagree with, to think for himself, to say things off color, off the wall that other people just won't say. They're not 6'9" and 270 and have the balls to say it. So overall, I like him. And then, yeah, he puts us through some rigmaroles. We never got Joshua just yet. He had to be kind of dragged to court for the third Wilder fight. He hasn't fought Usyk in the timely manner a lot of fans want him to. But his personality and some of the great fights, like that third Wilder fight, they've been good for boxing. And overall, Fury has been good to boxing. He's traveled to America to fight our best heavyweight. You know, he saved us from the boring Klitschko era. Vlad was a great fighter, one of the all-time. He can't help the era he came in. A bunch of fat heavyweights that weren't that good. It was a very weak era. And Fury ended it and brought us into the era of Joshua and Wilder and guys that look in shape again, at least, notwithstanding Andy Ruiz, notwithstanding Tyson Fury himself, but got us into a better era of the heavyweight division. Now, if you think Vladimir Klitschko in his prime would have beat them all and Vitaly would have beat them all, that's a different discussion than the era of competition they went up against. I'm not saying Wilder, Joshua, and Fury, and Andy Ruiz, and all these guys are better than the Klitschkos, but they're much better than any of the guys the Klitschkos fought. And post, Vitaly fighting Lennox. But yeah, overall, I like Tyson Fury. Colorful personality. He gave us the best fight the heavyweight division has seen in the new millennium. And overall, I think he's been better for boxing than he has been not good for it. You know, people in America learned who he was. He got over worldwide. So because he's got a big mouth and he backs it up. So I like him. We got 48 minutes of time before we get to ring walk time for Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. I see Francis warming up with Dewey Cooper. I know Dewey Cooper well, man. I know Dewey Cooper from when he was fighting, from when he was training Jesse Vargas for Manny Pacquiao years ago. And it's funny, me and my man Ron Goodall of FightHype, we were at the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame last summer. We were at the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, and Dewey came up to us, and we heard Dewey talking behind us. And he was saying, yeah, we're going to fight Fury. Yeah, that's next. We're fighting Fury next. And I remember me and Ron looked at each other like, did you hear that? And we're like, fuck, we can't say shit about it because it's not like he told us. It's not like it was on the record. Hey, guys, we're fighting Fury next. Go ahead and tell it. He was talking. We were sitting at the Hall of Fame table while the fighters were getting inducted in Nevada. And that's when we heard Dewey Cooper say this fight was going to happen. So I just remember that moment of me and my partner, Ron, being like, did he just say that? Fuck, we can't even do shit about it because it was off the record. But now that the fight's here, no worries, right? I could say it. I'm trying to remove the spammer chat. So let's put user and hide user on. I'm doing everyone. Frugal Freddy says trash fight. It's a money grab. It's a money grab fight, but. You know, the Mayweather-McGregor of the heavyweight division. The Saudis wanted to pay for it, which, you know, is a whole other conversation. Every single name and face in boxing taking a check to go to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's a whole other discussion. But here we go. We got more spammers. Hide. Yep. Dane Sampson, Ward versus Benavidez at 68. Ward. Look at what Caleb did in the first 5 or 6 rounds, doing his best Andre Ward impersonation. Donaire in his prime versus Bam at 115. Donaire was just that special. Bam is special too, but Donaire is one of the most special fighters that ever lived in those lower weight classes, and one of the best punchers in the history of the sport, pound for pound, is Donaire. So Donaire. Loma versus Oshaki Foster at 130. I'm going Loma. Oshaki against Ray Vargas didn't throw a lot of punches. His defense was superb. Really good hand speed, great balance and positioning, and great defense by Shock, who fights tonight against Eduardo Hernandez, defends the WBC belt as his own promoter. So good luck, Oshaki, on not getting fucked tonight. If you win 7, 8, or 9 rounds and they don't give you the decision, that's some bullshit. And I'm worried for Oshaki Foster about that because he's his own promoter tonight in Cancun. Yeah, I think Lomachenko would have beaten Oshaki Foster. He hasn't shown me enough work rate to offset Lomachenko. Chisora fought Klitschko. Yeah, I know, and it was brutal. Klitschko, yeah, same thing with the Shannon Briggs fight. That was brutal with Klitschko. Vitaly, to me, was better than Vladimir, but Vladimir had the better career. And I think Vitaly would have beaten Tyson Fury. Oh, Mr. Quake said a throwback jersey, Sean. Nice. Yeah, let me show real quick. This is one of my favorite hoodies right here. Got the Mighty Ducks all day. Man, that streamer is killing, or that spammer is killing me, chat. I try to hide him, try to put him in timeout, do everything to this man. He won't stop. Remove. There we go. Lennox KOs both of them. Charles N says, "There's only one Tyson Fury, walking along, singing a song, walking in a Fury Wonderland. Slowly." Sean looks like Goldberg. Oh, don't say that. Come on now. I look like the goalie Goldberg from... No, come on. Don't I got a little bit more of the Charlie, Adam Banks? If any, and I don't think I really look like anyone on that cast. But if anybody, don't I got, the little shaggy-haired white guy, Charlie, Conway, Adam Banks, I guess not. I guess you see Goldberg. I won't argue you on it. What's up, Charles N? Again, X the Faceless, Canelo versus Benavidez. I mean, I'll stand on my pick. I've edged it to Benavidez since that fight really got hotly discussed. I always thought his youth, size, and work rate could overcome Canelo, and Canelo's superior skills and slightly better punching power and defense. But right now, Canelo is showing me a lot of signs that he's going to take it to Benavidez. He's staying in the gym constantly, working out very hard in the clips we see in San Diego, keeping himself in tremendous shape. And that's all good stuff for Canelo, because at the end of the day, Canelo is a little better than Benavidez, just in terms of skill and overall, all that. But Benavidez has some equalizers in terms of size, work rate, and he's very fast. He has very good hand speed, especially if you stay in front of him, like Canelo tends to do a lot more than a Caleb Plant, who didn't stay in front of David Benavidez. So, I'll stand my ground and keep favoring Benavidez to pull off, that fight. But Canelo's showing me, I keep an open mind. Just because I give an edge to Benavidez doesn't mean I can't reconsider. And Canelo's showing me a lot of great signs in terms of just staying in shape and working very hard right now. Not even a month removed from the Charlo fight. Less than a month removed from the Charlo fight. Whereas David, we've seen him get heavy in between this last Plant fight and Andrade. We saw him look like he was about 200 pounds when he in between the fights. And so now that being said, David said in LA at the Andrade presser that that's healthy for him, and that you have to drink a lot of water in between fights, and that water, it blows you up to a certain amount. And basically he knows what he's doing, and he was very confident when he said that, and he backed it up by not looking drained or gaunt at all, but in shape and thin in a good way, not too thin, but thin and in shape. in LA earlier this month. So, maybe he's right. But again, Canelo is showing some signs that he's coming. He's coming to win. But then again, I hear about the Munguia fight. I told you guys, I told some of my regulars on these live streams, I said I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the Munguia fight next. Because David Morrell, risky fight against a kid who brings nothing to the table for Canelo Alvarez. David Morrell, too risky and not enough reward. Jamal Charlo, can't put him in there at 68. It's just not, he's been out for too long, and it's not really sellable right now. It's not ready to be made. Charlo's got to do something again to reestablish momentum in his career. So they go Munguia. We'll see. But Munguia, John Ryder, if you're dying to see Canelo Benavidez by May, and you're disgusted by Canelo and Munguia and all, well, don't worry, John Ryder might do you a favor. Because it is not. Mr. Quake said teal is the most 90s color. Teal is my favorite. Teal is the greatest color. But it is the color of the 90s. But what was I even saying? I'm sorry, you distracted me with the teal. I had to go with it. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. Charles N says Sean giving Emilio Estevez vibe. There you go. I'm Coach Bomb. There you go, Charles N. I'm Coach Bombay. I'm not Charlie or Adam Banks or Goldberg. I'll go with Coach Bombay. You know what's funny? This is how we lose. All right. Best scene in the Three Mighty Ducks movies was actually in D3 when Coach Bombay tells Charlie Conway, "I told the new coach that you were the Minnesota Miracle Man. I told him you taught the Ducks how to fly." And then Charlie bites his lip, starts crying. He's like, "Damn, coach, you fucked me up with that one. Okay, I'm gonna get off my bullshit. I'm gonna stop playing hooky with Bolton, and I'm gonna lead the Mighty Ducks, son." And that's what happened. Great scene. Anyway, back to the fight. Whoa, Ryder. Thank you, Weedy Gonzalez. Yeah, John Ryder might beat Jaime Munguia, for sure. Jaime Munguia has no real defense, very good offense, puts his combinations together very well, a skilled offensive fighter, but doesn't have real good reflexes and doesn't have great speed and defense. Not bad speed with the hand speed, again, especially if you stay on the ropes or stay in front of him and let him put his combinations together. Very good offensive fighter, Jaime Munguia. He's fun to watch. And I feel like they've shortchanged and stunted his growth by matching him too soft. You go back to the Saddam Ali fight on HBO when he became world champion at 54. And if you watched that fight that night, you said, this kid has got the goods. He could become a force at 154 and 160 where he's big and strong. And then they just continued to match him soft, and I feel like it began to stagnate his growth as a young man and fighter. So now I feel like his potential hasn't truly really been realized. And although he was always had bad defense, he always was Margarito-like defensively. And Eric Morales did improve his offense a little bit, but now they've split, I believe. So John Ryder might beat Munguia. Munguia started at 54. He's going to be all the way up at 68 against Ryder. And Ryder is a sturdy, strong dude at 68. He is sturdy and tough. Southpaw, beat Danny Jacobs. So he might upset Jaime Munguia. But if he doesn't, Canelo's going to destroy Jaime Munguia. And it'll be fun to watch. It'll at least be fun to watch. I enjoy concerts by fighters. I enjoy De La Hoya Gotti, Mayweather Gotti. I enjoy it when a great fighter can basically have a concert, a performance, where he does his performance art, where he just does a paint job on the other fighter and shows you all the different things he in his bag that he can't necessarily pull out at the highest level against other guys, other equal high level elite level fighters. So I think Canelo versus Munguia would be fun to watch if you're a Canelo fan, or if you're just a boxing fan that likes to see great fighters have these kind of rock star concert performances like Canelo did against James Kirkland, like Canelo did against Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, it was somewhat competitive throughout that fight. It wasn't just a straight performance art type of performance, but James Kirkland was, Liam Smith was, and I think Jaime Munguia would be, and it would be fun to watch. Liam Smith was a fun ass whooping to watch. So was James Kirkland. So, Jelly WW says, how long till the fight? We got a little bit over a half hour to go. Thema Diog says, does this channel do live blow-by-blow commentary later? Indeed, we do. Stick around, brother. We are doing a live round-by-round for Fury and Ngannou in about a half hour. 35 minutes is the countdown on the ESPN pay-per-view right now until we get to main event time. So, Sean, what's your thoughts on Jai Opetaia? Rusty? I think he's the best cruiserweight in the world. He's very good. He's very good. He should look to unify and stamp himself as the man at cruiserweight, and not worry about heavyweight. Not worry about heavyweight. He's a good sized cruiserweight. He'll be small at heavyweight. But I like Jai Opetaia. You know, he's got a little. When I've watched him, he's got a little bit of cockiness to him, and that's good. That's a good thing. But he's also got to not have lapses in his fight. Sometimes good movers with some cockiness, like a Jai Opetaia, Hector Camacho was this way. They could have lapses in there, and that hasn't really happened yet with Opetaia, but something to watch out for. But I think he's the cream of the crop of the cruiserweight division. I like Jai Opetaia. Mr. Quake says, remembers the Mighty Ducks arcade games too. I don't remember them being in any Mighty Duck arcade games. I got to look that up. Let's see. Dane asked, do you think Canelo's goal is to become the greatest Mexican fighter ever in boxing? I do think so. I think that is a goal of his, and he might get there when it's all said and done. I like El Terrible Morales and Dinamita Marquez, Chavez, Barrera, Canelo, Finito Lopez. I think he's on the S tier. He's on the best of the best already. Has he done enough to slam the door shut without a shadow of a doubt that he's the greatest Mexican fighter ever? No, I think you could still argue El Terrible is just as good, if not a tinge greater, or you could argue Canelo's greater. You know, same with Juan Manuel Marquez, same with Julio Cesar Chavez. You know, Salvador Sanchez, he left us too young, but on the eye test, pound for pound, I think he was a little better than Canelo, but that's very debatable. He didn't have Canelo's upper body movement, and he didn't have Canelo's one-punch punching power. He had much better conditioning, incredible, combinations, foot and hand speed. But I mean, Salvador Sanchez wasn't Meldrick Taylor hand speed, but he was fast. But yeah, Canelo is already if he died today, he'd already be arguably the greatest Mexican fighter. It'd come down to him or Chavez probably in most people's eyes. My eyes, it would come down to him, Finito, Chavez, Salvador, Terrible, Dinamita Marquez, and Barrera. You know, the old timers would tell me you got to put Ruben Oliveras in there too, but I'm going with the guys I said. Beck the Bully versus Canelo all day, brother. Beck's not on that level. He jumps in. Thinks he's Manny Pacquiao. He pulls his socks up to his calves, southpaw. Jumps in with explosive shots, but he jumps in a little bit. That's why Rosado caught him. I don't think he beats Canelo. Fun guy to watch when he's not gun shy like he was in the Rosado rematch, and when he's getting busy like he did on that Zerto Joe Smith undercard. But what time is it starting? Asked Yvonne Jackson. It is starting in about a half hour. That's the countdown timer on the ESPN pay-per-view. Happy Halloween to you too, Mr. Quake, as always. Always love having you in the chat, brother. Jameson Childress. What's up, Jameson Childress? Shout out, as always, to you and your cousin, Josh Childress. But happy Saturday to you too, my brother. Nice, easy Saturday for me at the office. I'm just chilling. I don't know if I'll ever cover any of these fights in Saudi Arabia. You know, I like to be a hypocritical, proud America. I'm only okay with awful, crooked things happening if my country's doing it. That's a whole deeper discussion for later. But everyone took the check and everyone's out there. God bless them. They even offering your boy Sean some checks out there coming from the Middle East. But no, I said I'm staying here in the U.S. of A. Hold it down with my peoples here. So good to see everyone here. Crawford or Zoo says Kobe-tron Crawford. I like Zoo. Zoo is a tougher fight than Spence was. Zoo applies intelligent pressure, throws heat. isn't a one-punch knockout puncher, but punches very hard and applies intelligent pressure. But Mendoza was able to win some rounds by keeping the fight in the center of the ring. And I just think Crawford's counterpunching up against Tszyu, who is a little straight up and down. Now he's got underrated explosiveness with his hand speed. And again, it's intelligent pressure. He's not just walking into shots. He knows his range. He knows his distance. He has great timing. Knows how to cut off the ring, but Mendoza slid off the ropes at will in that fight. He gets his best work done, Tim Tszyu does, when he gets you on the ropes. Like a lot of pressure fighters get their best work done when you're on the ropes. But Mendoza was able to stay off the ropes a lot, even when he was tired. Crawford has more educated feet than Mendoza, and Crawford is the best counterpuncher in boxing. So I think that counterpunching would offset that aggression of Tszyu. I got Crawford. But it's a good fight. Especially with Crawford having to move up to 154 pounds. It's a good fight, but Crawford. I'd rather see Crawford in boots. Let's see. Sean, the 49ers got to bounce back tomorrow against the Bengals. Yeah, don't remind me. The 49ers have been beating themselves the last 2 weeks. Don't remind me. Against inferior teams. Doing what they like to do sometimes. But it's all right. They got to get their shit back straight and they'll be fine. Mr. Quake said, Sean, I remember the animated Mighty. I do too. That show was with the Wild Wing. I remember that too. Mendoza took some hard shots too. He did, and that's what I mean. He's not a one-punch knockout artist. He's a triples hitter more than a home run hitter. More of a doubles and triples. He hits. He's throwing heat, Tim Tszyu. He is. But Mendoza took a lot of shots, Weedy. Took a lot of shots and made it the distance. So that tells you he punches hard, but not a one-punch knockout artist is Tim Tszyu. Joe Masakari, Como stai, Paisan, says, Sean, first time on your live. I don't see anyone who's going to beat Tyson anytime soon. I think Big Baby has tons of potential, but there's something he's missing. Well, he's telling you what's missing. He doesn't want to box sometimes. He tells you he doesn't really love doing this. It's just a job. So he's outwardly telling you what I think you think he's missing. And also defensively, he has to work on things. He has to be better defensively in the pocket and not always pull out with his chin up to get away from punches. And I saw some improvements in that in his last fight. But it's a good... Tyson this week said he's the future. And Tyson has said that from the minute he sparred him. That's a very good sign. Jared is very fluid at heavyweight. Fluid like a middleweight in the heavyweight division. Punches hard. Can switch stances. And it's not a gimmick. He really can do well off of both stances. And has a good jab. That's so key. From both stances, he has a great jab in both stances. So I still think Jared has all the tools and the upside to become champion. But if he was a finished product right now and this was his ceiling, it's not enough. There's still too many flaws in his game. But Tyson, I'll tell you one guy that could beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury. That's who I think beats Tyson Fury right now in the heavyweight division, is Tyson Fury. I don't think Big Bang Zhang. I don't think AJ. I don't think Usyk. Wilder came close in fight number 3, as close as you could get. But I think Tyson Fury beats Tyson Fury. And I suspect if he does take an L at some point, it'll be because of him. And that's not me being some Fury fanboy. He's this infallible fighter who can't run into a better man on a given night. If that happens, I'm not saying that's out of the question. But from what I've seen from Fury, he's the guy that would beat Tyson Fury by coming in too fat, by getting back into drugs, by wanting to lose because he's this deep eccentric guy. I want to know what it's like to lose. I've been on top of the world, been champ, been undefeated. That's not real life. Life is also about losing. It's about getting knocked out, looking your wife in the eyes, and still knowing if you're a man. If I have to win every fight to feel good about myself, then who am I really? I could see him, having that kind of deep self-sabotage, or other forms of less deep sabotage. Like I said, the weight, the drugs. But Tyson Fury on his best night, I don't think these guys beat him. I don't think so. But we'll see. That's who I think beats Tyson Fury, is Tyson Fury. Hey, Sean, remember when the Raiders were the badasses of the NFL? Kinda. I mean, I remember John Gruden getting them in deep playoff. I remember the Tuck rule game that they should have won against I watched that as a youngster. But the Raiders, they didn't have that aura of being the tough team, because I saw them in 2 out of 3 years get out-toughed by the Baltimore Ravens in 2000 by Ray Lewis, and by Warren Sapp and the Bucks in 2002. So the Raiders had that esteem as being the intimidators of the NFL, but I saw the Ravens give it to them in 2000, and the Bucks give it to them in 2002. So yeah, they're not that to me in my era. In my era, the intimidators are the Baltimore Ravens. All the way from Ray Lewis, even to now, they're still a tough team with Roquan Smith and the running game and Lamar Jackson. The Baltimore Ravens are the bad boy team franchise of my era, to talk a little football for a second. But yeah, let's. You guys are laughing at the Tyson Fury. That's good. I'm happy. I thought you guys might like that. Let's see. How can Francis win this fight against Tyson? Asked Dungeon. Land a bomb. Tyson, he can get a little loosey-goose with his punch technique sometimes. He'll be sharp and tighten it up, but then other times he'll slap with his punches a little bit, and as he's slapping with his punches, because he's so tall and he's so light on his feet, he'll pull straight back with his chin exposed a little bit. He'll pull back in a straight line, and while in the middle of throwing those loosey-goosey punches, and he'll move back in a straight line with the chin up and feel like he's safe, because at 6'9" on light feet, not a whole lot of people are going to make up that ground. Even if the chin is up, they're just going to fall short. With him backing straight out, 6'9". If he does that with Ngannou, slapping with his punches a little bit, being a little bit loose with his technique, and he pulls straight out in a straight line, and pulls out with a straight line, Ngannou could catch him with a bomb on his way out. I think that's how Ngannou could win, but I don't see that happening. Chat, what do we think about the good old sports washing? What do we think? Can we as America, as imperialistic, evil, capitalistic America, can we, since we've done some nice things too, not point out that this is sports washing in Saudi, or do I just gotta, keep my mouth shut? Do let me know, chat. And I like capitalism, by the way. I'm just saying, I'm just going by, the narrative. Tony Saragusa crashed Rich Gannon. Oh, he did. He crushed him, Charles. And I was covering the Raiders yesterday at practice, and some of the old school media guys who were at that game were talking about that hit Saragusa had on Rich Gannon. Ngannou by spinning back fists, says Charles N. Not allowed. I'll say this, though. Everyone has kind of been on their hating Tyson Fury thing because he fucked around with the Usyk fight, didn't make it in a timely manner. He says crazy things. And I kind of just have given him a pass on all of it because that third Wilder fight was so good. And sometimes he's really funny. It makes up for all the times he's an ass or says stupid things. He's really funny. So that counts a lot for me. But if he loses to Francis Ngannou, I will surpass everybody else's hate for him like that. If you have boxing on, same thing when I covered Mayweather-McGregor at the T-Mobile in 2017, and McGregor was off to the 3-0 start, this was literally me in my seat. I was sinking in my seat, and I was like, it's over. I guess I have to find another dream now, because boxing's not going to be worth all that much if our best fighter, who some people believe is the best fighter ever, TBE, loses to an 0-0 MMA fighter. And that's a disaster for boxing. So if Fury loses tonight in the middle of his circus cash grab, if he doesn't just stick to script and dominate this guy, and he gets knocked out by Francis Ngannou, he will have hurt boxing big time. And I know some people think that's an antiquated notion, like it doesn't matter. I disagree. Why would the mainstream public give two shits about who the best boxer is if in their mind this sport, MMA, is so superior that one of their athletes could step out of the octagon and with 0 professional boxing matches beat the heavyweight champion of the world? What does that say about boxing? So please, Fury, don't fuck this up tonight for boxing. Please. And I don't think he will. But Mayweather-McGregor, and I know a lot of Floyd said he carried him and everything. Well, whatever was happening that night, Mayweather-McGregor. And I was sinking into my seat like, this is a disaster. Floyd, please don't do this. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And then when Floyd turned the fight around and knocked him out, I remember leaving my seat and getting ready to interview everyone leaving the fight and being really worried that, damn it, Floyd won, but it was way too competitive. He got hit way too much early, and everyone I'm interviewing is gonna be on some, wow, McGregor did so great. I can't believe how great he did. And then I interviewed everyone, and everyone was just like, Floyd knocked him out, yay. And I remember going, phew, wow, because I really felt like it was a terrible performance by Floyd, and it wasn't really a good look for boxing that Conor won more rounds against Floyd than a lot of great fighters did. But apparently no one cared. All was well that ended well because Floyd knocked him out in the end. So, and everyone believed that Floyd carried him. So, cool, that works. But yeah, so Fury, please don't fuck this up for boxing tonight, please. MAW says, smash that like button, folks. I agree. Please smash the like button. Don't just press click. Smash the like button. You know, even if it breaks your mouse. Oh yeah, right now we have someone rapping in Riyadh. You know, they spent all that money on Kanye West and Eminem to be there, but it's Lil Baby performing. I don't know. You spend all that money on Eminem, I'd at least want a song or two for how much money they probably gave him. Let's see. I win big if Francis wins. I win small if Fury wins, says Rene Perez. Sounds like you got the betting game down, sir. Sounds like you've hedged your bets well. Yeah, it's Lil Baby. Is that not Lil? Is it Da Baby or Lil Baby? By the way, I predicted Lil Baby would exist 15 years before he existed. I was in high school, and of course I was the one that wasn't brainwashed by how terrible music was getting. And I remember telling all my boys who loved the D4L, loved the Laffy Taffy, loved the Soulja Boy, loved all that, and I was like, yo, the rappers just keep getting younger and younger by name. Like, we go to Lil Wayne. Like, there was a time in the mid-2000s where every rapper was Lil. And it was Lil Scrappy, and Lil Wayne, and Lil Flip, and Lil this, and Lil that, and Shorty this, Shorty low, and Shorty this, and Soulja Boy, not Soulja Man, Soulja Boy. And I said, yo, guys, one day, there's going to be a fucking rapper called The Little Baby. I said that, and there he came to fruition. Lil Baby and Da Baby. Could it be because they're trying to dumb us down and infantize our brains a little bit? I don't know. What a crazy theory, right? But anyways, chat, help me. Is that Da Baby or Lil Baby? Which one is it? Who's winning? AJ Marston. It is not round by round time yet. We are still 25 minutes away from ring walk time for Fury and Ngannou. Right now we got Lil Baby or Da Baby performing. But Young Jeezy, Weeding is alright. Young, everything was Young, Shorty this, Lil that, and now it devolved to the point of they literally called the motherfucker the baby. The baby. He's just a baby. And if the baby wasn't enough for you, there's Lil Baby. What's next? Like what can we go? Can we get infant MC? Can we? I don't know. I don't know how much younger infantized we could get than two babies. We'll see. Lil infant. I don't know. Lil fetus. There you go, Charles Ed. There you go. Lil fetus. Lil fetus chopper. Will you show the fight on the screen? Or no, we do not have broadcast rights to the fight, but I will be calling a live round by round, kind of like the radio back in the day. Don Dunphy calling Sugar Ray Robinson, Jake LaMotta, Joe Louis against Max Baer. I'll be calling the live action right down the middle the minute we could get started. Once these performances wrap up and we get to round by round time, now we got a female artist performing, which is funny because it's in a country that doesn't really give women rights like that, but she's doing her thing on the stage. Go ahead, get your paper. Lil Boozy's kind of cool though. I like Lil Boozy straight. MC Nadal, Young Bucks, Fury with the flip jab is going to confuse Francis big time, says 3 or 4 Ghosts. Fury has the best feint. It's funny. Fury had the best feints in the heavyweight division on lock, and I still think he does, but Usyk is just as good at feinting as Fury. It's not feinting. Feinting doesn't sell tickets, right? But feinting is the stuff that separates elite fighters from good fighters. Feinting is so important, and it's not a coincidence that the 2 best feinters in the heavyweight division are the 2 best fighters in the heavyweight division, Usyk and Fury. Usyk wins so much of his fights because of his feints. These big guys, bigger guys. That's where being the smaller man coming from cruiserweight helps Usyk, his gas tank, his cardio. And these big guys like Joshua, they get tired on biting on the feints all night. That's a lot of mental focus and exhaustion and pressure to have to constantly deal with the lead hand magic of Usyk, going up and down with his feint in the lead hand, touching with the jab, then shooting it in fast and sharp, doing all that, and he hasn't even started with the backhand, with the shot that's going to hurt you. So, but Fury has that beautiful double feint. He has one of my favorite feints in the sport when he feints his jab. He likes to step off to his left, give that angle off that step off to the left, and he does that little double feint, and then bing, shoots the jab off of it. But Fury has that beautiful double head fake all day. That he had to spam it to beat Wilder in the 3rd fight. Wilder was so long and can cut distance and explode so fast right down the line, right down the center with that right hand. He telegraphs it. You see it coming. He paused with the jab a little bit, and you know it's coming. But when it comes down the pipe and so fast and so long at 6'7" with those long arms that Fury, without that double jab feint, without that double feint with the lead hand, he couldn't have won that fight. He had to do it over and over again to keep Wilder guessing on when to let the right hand go. Without the feint, Wilder would have got that right hand in more and knocked him out. So, yeah, Fury's got some beautiful feints. MAW, good comment. Can't repeat it, but good comment. What's up, Matteo Pantangeli? My bad, Pantangeli. I gotta know that name from The Godfather. You got the Pantangeli last name. Let's see. Yeah, 304 Ghost, exactly, with that feint off the flip jab. Beautiful up jab, flip jab. Bad Boy, right, Diddy did Bad Boy, right. So we're not picking on Atlanta. New York started that bullshit with Bad Boy and with Nas and Biggie and everyone being a baby on the cover of the album, which was cool. But, just to be fair, just to show you I'm not being biased here, I'll indict New York too. This opening ceremony is hot, says G6 Dre. Who is this, chat? Who is this woman? I don't know her. Let's go. Jameson said that wasn't a good comment. That was BS. I don't know though, man. We didn't. Salud, Mateo. Is the actual main event on now? No, not just yet. Not just yet. Seems Wilder always needs the left lead go before the bomb filed. Wilder is better under Malik, though, in my humble opinion. Yeah, I think Wilder will be better under Malik, but we only got one round since the third Fury fight. We got to see. I agree. I think Malik is getting some things in Wilder's game, but one round fight against Hellenius isn't enough to judge on. We got to see Wilder back in the ring. I have a feeling it's going to wind up being Ruiz after all, because they want the money. They want the money that these guys are making tonight, Joshua and Wilder. And I don't know if it'll be there or not. They may have already allocated that budget. Maybe their budget's endless, but they may have already allocated their budget to these two Fury fights. So Wilder might have to come back to the United States and fight Andy Ruiz for a lot less money, but still good money, relatively speaking. Oh, what's up, Jahan Ingram? Good, Jahan Ingram in the chat, guys. You guys know from the Mayweather, from TMT, 3-0. Got into some back and forth with Shakur Stevenson this week. Sparred Floyd Mayweather over the last couple years. So what's up, Jahan? Good to have you in the chat, brother. Oh, Jennifer said, "Hey, Sean, trust you are good. We are here again from Nigeria." Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Always. Shout out to Nigeria. So many of our great Black American fighters, like Floyd Mayweather, found out his DNA came from Nigeria. So Nigerians in Nigeria, stand up. And if you got some Nigerian blood in you in America, stand up. So shout out to Nigeria for sure. And of course, while we're talking about badass boxing countries from Africa, gotta shout out Ghana as well. Because Ghana, the home of Azuma and Ikwarte and others. So that beautiful high guard explosive style that comes from Ghana, like Isaac Dogbe, who I know grew up in Britain, but he's Ghanaian too. Hands up, explosive style. That's the trademark of those Ghanaians. So shout out to the motherland, because we're all technically from Africa, right? So what's the next big fight? Rene Perez, Benavidez. Yeah, Benavidez is the next big fight. Oh, Shakur against De Los Santos is a big fight because it's Shakur. I think anytime one of the top 10 pound for pound fights, it's kind of a bit. I get what you mean. It's not really a big fight, but it's a significant fight because it's Shakur. So, the arena is full with Class A celebrities, says Joe Dirt. That's true, but they've all been paid to be there. So, it's a astroturfed, a artificial GMO celebrity crowd. It's not a celebrity crowd that's all there because, like De La Hoya Mosley at Staples Center in 2000, they just had to be there because it's the spot to be that day. They all got a check to be out there. So this ain't sustainable in boxing. Inevitably what's got to be sustainable in boxing is a business model that really turns a profit. They are losing money tonight, and they don't care. That's that sports washing, because the real objective tonight isn't to make money for the government of Saudi Arabia. This is PR. So, yeah, and it's working. Who's performing now? The fake-ass R. Kelly? Like, who is this man? Who's got the R... I was listening to R. Kelly today. The I Wish remix. Great song. De Los Santos is tough. He is. I mean, he can move and he can punch. The fact that he has some movement to his game with his power makes him interesting. He's not a plotter. He's not just going to come forward like Yoshino and get picked apart by Shakur. But I still think Shakur is just going to be too tight for him. Too accurate, too compact with his technique, how he throws punches, his defense. De Los Santos is going to find it hard to hit him. But we'll see. There's been a lot of crowning of Shakur. He's definitely a three-belt, two-division champ. He was the lineal champ at 30, so he earned that crown. He literally earned that crown at 30. But there's a whole lot of crowning of Shakur, and you gotta wonder a little bit if De Los Santos can bring him back to earth to people a little bit, or if Shakur just continues to prove people right and dominates a quality fighter in De Los Santos. We'll see. Shades of Rocky, Apollo vs. Drago. Yeah, with all this. Ooh, yeah. But to be fair, this isn't a performance for either guy. So, we're not on upset alert for Fury yet. He hasn't come in with the top hat and with James Brown just yet. What's up, Glenn Chaos? The ring coming up from the ground is dope, though. That is a nice touch. Definitely got it from Rocky IV. Yep. We are finally getting close to main event time. Let's see. Vince McMahon is there to sign Tyson Fury. He already did. He already had him, Ghost. He already had him in an event. And that's the same thing. I have to make this joke Okay? Before we all get carried away with Alexander Usyk picked up Tyson Fury, bear hugged him, manhandled him, picked him up off the ground, let him know you ain't shit. Right? The last time a man picked up Tyson Fury off the ground like that in Saudi Arabia was Braun Strowman. And we all know how that ended. It ended with the big GK, with the Gypsy King tapping that ass. So Fury has a history, a documented history in the Middle East of men picking him up like he ain't shit and then beating them at the end of the day. Just like he beat Braun Strowman 1, 2, 3. You know, so there's some precedent here. I know the foreshadowing seems, I don't know, this stone-faced, no-nonsense Ukrainian who's fighting for his country's honor at a time of peril for the Ukraine. He's going to whoop Tyson Fury, who's been ducking him a little bit low-key, who's fat and happy and fed. Greedy belly. He's the greedy belly, like Usyk says. But there's precedents for this already, Tyson Fury. The last man who tried that with him in Saudi was Braun Strowman. So there you go. Sean, what do you think about Manny Pacquiao calling out Gervonta Davis, Jennifer? I think it's emblematic of this whole week in Saudi. It's all bullshit. Like, okay, Manny, so you're gonna fight Gervonta at 145 or 147. Is that before or after the Floyd Mayweather rematch, or is it before or after the Amir Khan exhibition, or are you gonna just fight all three at the same time? Like, yeah, man. He's just talking. He's just talking. And I love Manny. I think he's a little bit out of frame. He's right there in this blue poster by my finger with Miguel Cotto. I love Manny. How can you not? I have a picture with him behind me on this wall. But it's bullshit. It's like, you're not fighting Gervonta Davis. And yeah. Get these hands, Sean, says Mr. Quake. Right, Pacquiao didn't call out Gervonta. Someone just put Gervonta's name in Pacquiao's mouth. Right. But BT, you feel me, though? Is he going to fight him before or after the Floyd rematch? Or is he going to sandwich it in between the Amir Khan fight and the Floyd Mayweather rematch? And then he'll fight Tank at 45 in between those two fights. Like, come on, man. As someone who has gotten plenty of clicks off of shit that I knew wasn't going to happen, that shit isn't going to happen. So, Manny just tries to please people. Right. Good point, Rene Perez. You know, you ask him to fight King Kong, he'll be like, yeah, sure, why not? At my weight. Right. That's just who he is. Connie Charles Lidstrom, good to see you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. He says, hi, Sean. Thoughts on Inoue versus Tapales? Another coronation moment for the great Naoya Inoue. I think Inoue wins that fight. Becomes undisputed. Back-to-back, 118, 122. Continues that first ballot Hall of Fame run. And I think Inoue continues that run through featherweight, where he'll get more resistance than he has at 22, which has so far been none at all. I mean, he blew the socks off of Stephen Fulton. So I don't think Robesi Ramirez or Venado Lopez, for example, have the answers to slow down Inoue as he runs through boxing and runs through divisions. I don't think anyone up until Navarrete at 130 pounds can potentially get in his way. And I'm not even saying Navarrete would. But he's the only guy between 22 and 30 that I think... Shockey Foster might be interesting too, but he's got to win tonight. But I think Navarrete is the one guy up until 30 pounds that it makes me say, now that's a fight. That might be a 50-50 fight. But Robesi and Venado, I think he'll take care of them. They might make it the distance, but he'll beat them. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Inoue is that guy, and yeah, he might. You got to be active if you want to hold on to your stock. And Inoue fighting, he fought the same week Terrence fought Spence, and Inoue getting back in the ring before the year's over. That's how. When there's so little to choose from between who's the best fighter pound for pound between Crawford and Inoue, and I think Crawford's number 1 right now and Inoue's number 2. But if Inoue smokes Tapales and Crawford is inactive, he's gonna assume the number 1 spot. Inoue will. So that's what I think of Inoue and Tapales. Another coronation moment for Inoue. Brandon Figueroa would give Inoue trouble, says Dungeon. I don't think so, brother. I don't think so. He gets hit too much. he went kind of life and death with Mark Magsayo. And I know they make weight classes for a reason. Mark Magsayo is a hard-hitting, explosive, not the most skilled, but a hard-hitting and explosive, natural 126-pounder. He's not a little guy like Inoue is moving up. But he's so much better than Mark Magsayo. And the way his power looks at 22, he's going to have the same power or better than Magsayo, but he's so much faster and more compact. The picture-perfect technique he exhibits sometimes. Figueroa just gets hit too much. And being big ain't going to be enough to overcome just how much better Inoue is than him and how much he would get hit with power shots, not just to the head, to the body. And I think Inoue would hurt Figueroa to the body because he has very strong chin. He rehydrates to become huge at 22 and 26. But I think those body shots Figueroa would feel it. And no, I don't think Figueroa has anything for Inoue. He's big, I get it. He's so big, but pause, as the kids would say. But he's not fucking with Inoue. He's just too many levels below in craft for the size to equalize it. That's what I think. Now, Navarrete, with his awkwardness, his rhythm, his power, his timing, his angles, his unorthodox uppercut, all of that, and the fact that he showed against Oscar Valdez that he can be rangy, that he could be a rangy guy with his height and length, doesn't have to bang. I think Navarrete, that's the tough fight for Inoue, but not Figueroa at 26. Now, you want to put a big, tough Mexican in with Inoue, it's Navarrete, it ain't Figueroa. So, any undisputed gameplay, Jamison Childress? I'm thinking so today, right? We got to play with Tyson Fury a little bit after this fight, especially if Tyson does his thing and wins. We'll finish with some Tyson Fury undisputed. Francis Ngannou working on his straight right hand with trainer Dewey Cooper in the dressing room and his left hook. The right hand looks better than the left hook. Not a very good jab from Ngannou. And not a very good defense from Ngannou. A very basic high guard, catch, something that Fury should be able to split very easily. Should be able to split that high guard he's showing in the dressing room. It's not a high guard where he's catching and moving with it like Canelo, and it's not a force field like Winky Wright had. It's just him putting his hands up and kind of weakly catching shots, and that's not going to get it done against Fury. And Ngannou just looks like he's going to be an absolute sucker for the feints of Fury. Fury can make this fight easy with feints. By just feinting Ngannou out of position, making him pick his hands up off the feint, making him bite on feints, he could get what he wants. He could get what he wants off the feints. So hopefully he uses them. Now, this is sanctioned as a professional fight. All right, main event time. WBC belt not on the line for Tyson Fury, but ESPN has it listed that this is sanctioned as a professional fight, which means it will go down on their professional boxing records then. And that wasn't really made clear up until now. We didn't know if this was an exhibition that was going to go down on the box rec. And now, from this chyron by ESPN, it appears it is. Again, ESPN 17 minutes away from main event time. WBC belt not on the line for Tyson Fury tonight, but it is a professionally sanctioned boxing match that will count on both fighters' records. Now they're showing Ronaldo, not really a soccer fan, but there's Cristiano Ronaldo with Mike Tyson. Let's see, does it make it all the way? Rudolfo Torres. It depends. If Fury has a silent agreement with Ngannou to carry him, then yeah, it could go all the way or deep into the fight. But if Fury is not playing with his food tonight, he should be able to get him out of there inside of 5. Weedy Gonzalez says they are fighting for the Saudi sports washing heavyweight championship. Well, at least they're fighting for a belt tonight. Yeah, 17 more minutes, Weedy. Yep. Trevor Rothschild, we have 17 more minutes to go. As a Rothschild, shouldn't you just own the network? You don't need my commentary, but Marvelous Irv said, thanks, Sean, for the commentary. You got it, Marvelous Irv. Great to see you, man. Great to see you. Jameson Children said, not with Tyson. LOL, never mind. It's got to be with Tyson. Jameson, he's the man of the hour. We got to play with Tyson Fury on the stream. Jameson Childress said, I'm shocked the WBC didn't invent a title. Thank you for the super chat, Jameson. That's a great point. Yeah, you're right. How is Mauricio getting his 3%? There's no way he couldn't find a way to get 3% off this fight, could he? He's there. He's even literally there. He's got to be getting 3% somehow. You're right. I'm surprised they didn't invent some bullshit belt like they did for some of those Canelo fights, where Canelo was winning and fighting for the real, actual WBC belt. But in addition, he got a nice toy with it. But you're right. Do I think Spence is washed up? I do think his best days are behind him. I don't want to be harsh and say washed up. He looked washed up a little bit against Terrence Crawford, and not just because of what Crawford was doing, but because how he looked and performed. Didn't look washed at all against Ugas. Thought Ugas was his best performance since Lamont Peterson and Carlos Ocampo. But yeah, we'll see. Spence, even at his best, just has problems, man. Counterpunching was always going to be an issue for him. He doesn't have upper body movement, and he's not a one-punch knockout artist. So despite having heavy hands and being good on the front foot, he's not a great puncher. And now that he's moving up to 54, one of his advantages at 47 is going to be leaving him, which was size. So I do think Spence's best days are behind him. But we got to give him a shot to get back to 54 and redeem himself. See if he is washed or not. So we'll see. Jason Giles says, bro, do your due diligence. Terrence was on PEDs when he fought. You have to do your due diligence, my friend, with spelling a little bit. Not to be a dick, but no, I mean, hey, I don't really push. I call a spade, even though sometimes I hesitate to because the trouble could get me in. But no, I mean, it was the first time he employed Victor Conti, I believe. He's got snack. Victor Conti, one of the largest convicted steroid dealers in the world, did his time. Now he's out, but that can always raise eyebrows. What's odd about Conti and Crawford is Conti was all over David Benavidez on social media. Why isn't he doing VADA testing? But I don't believe his client, Terrence Crawford, did VADA testing for the Errol Spence fight. So why is he more concerned with a man he's not even working with in Benavidez than he is a guy he worked with for the Spence fight? So, VADA, that's another discussion for another day. VADA is not gospel to me. Something like USADA, to me, would be more legit because it's backed by a government agency, the United States. And just as I was thinking that, sure enough, UFC ended their partnership with USADA because they want Conor McGregor to come back, who has visibly been doing HGH. So, his chin has swollen to twice the size it used to be, along with the rest of his head. So VADA, it's voluntary. It's a voluntary anti-doping. The ADA and VADA trying to sound like WADA and USADA is kind of like how the Federal Reserve isn't really federally owned. It sounds good but don't focus on the ADA, the ADA. Focus on the V, the voluntary. It's this voluntary thing. For all we know, it's just good PR. It's just, we'll tell them you're clean. And, for all the fighters doing VADA, I'm not convinced because it's not backed by any real government authority. So it's just this, thing that former Las Vegas doctors started, and now they associate themselves very tight-knitly with the former biggest convicted steroid dealer, in American sports history, and Victor Conti. So that's a whole other can of worms for another day. But elite level sports, elite level boxing, nothing would surprise me. That's that. When's the fight begin? It starts any minute now. We're just waiting for main event ring walk time to start. Really, Bud won that fight bout fair and square? Of course he did. Bud beat Errol Spence because he's better than Errol Spence. I'm not saying he did anything, but I'm a fan. Someone in the chat asked me about all that, and I'm just being fair and weighing everything. I'm not saying anything about Bud. Bud is the best fighter in the world alongside Inoue, and he beat Spence. Neither one had VADA tested. I'm not, but he beat Spence because he's better than Spence. He'll always be better than Spence. His counterpunching will always be kryptonite for Errol Spence's aggressive style. Always. They could have fought 5 years ago. They could fight 5 years from now. They could fight again in a rematch at 54. So please don't put that in my mouth, brother. Please. Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence fair and square because he's the better man. You know, he's the better fighter. His style was always all wrong for Errol Spence. So, I was making a larger point, just like the Inoue thing that got taken out of context. I'm making a larger point about elite level sports and boxing. It's not to indict any one man. So, what's up, Real Recognized Real? Said, sup, Sean, my respect from Australia, brother. So we're waiting, man. We got about 10 minutes now. 10 minutes, 45 seconds until Fury and Ngannou main event time. They definitely lied to us on earlier counters and extended the time more. They're running it back. Marvelous serve. If they do, it's going to be the same outcome. Bud will beat him again. Bud was avoided for a reason. We saw why in my humble... I agree. If Haney beats Regis, does Haney call out Tio or Taylor at 40? Well, Taylor, you know, he lost the belts now, so he's... there's no point in calling him out. I hope him and Tio fight each other, because Tio and Devin are acting real lukewarm about fighting each other at 140. They mention each other's name, but neither one is acting like they really want it, you know? And that's the fight at 140 should Haney beat Prograis. That is the fight. WBC, WBO, lineal, title on the line, bad blood, years of shit talk between. They're in their physical primes at a healthy weight for both of them. Let's see it, man. I am dying to see Teofimo and Devin next year, 2024. I know neither one's that happy with Bob Arum right now, but I hope Bob gets that shit under control so we could just see the fight. I just want to see it. Molly Mall, thank you for the super chat. Molly Mall says Inoue versus Shakur at 135 is better than Inoue versus Tank. Molly Mall, I'm not really trying to put Inoue... All love, Marvelous Serve, of course, brother. I just got a little paranoid. I'm not trying to get taken out of context again. Inoue versus Shakur is better than Inoue versus Tank. Let Inoue get past Navarrete at 30. I think that's the real challenge out there for him. I mean, they're all legitimate challenges. World champions. Tapalas is a 2-belt champion. Robesi, Venado. These are good featherweights. So, but yeah, let's cross that bridge if we get there. Let's see how Inoue can deal with 26 and 30 before we put what could very well just be unrealistic expectations on him to fight the lightweights, Shakur and Tank, you know. But, you know, maybe that's just how crazy he is with carrying his power up and being a great fighter. We'll see. But I think that's a bit much to ask of Inoue right now. That's all. Those guys should fight each other, Shakur and Tank, instead of waiting for, you know, the little monster to move up and fight them. You know, they should. And if they were to ever fight Inoue, they should go to Japan. Well, whatever makes the most money. But I'd almost be like, you know, he's this little guy. Go fight him on his turf and beat him. But now, I want to cover the fight, so never mind. Put it in America if it ever happened. So here's some highlights now from Tim Bradley showing Tyson Fury throwing the 3-2, the left hook, straight right hand combination against Deontay Wilder. And man, it's a unique way he let that lead hook go, because like 304 Ghosts in the chat was talking about, Fury's got that great up jab, that little up from his hip, that up jab. And when he threw the lead hook at Wilder, at first he extended it almost like it was going to be a jab, and then, it changed direction mid-flight and became a lead hook. So, that's the craftiness and the unorthodox punching style sometimes of Tyson Fury. Let's see. I think Fury and Ngannou will be a close fight like the KSI and Tommy fight? Oscar Morales. I think it's close if Fury has some, under the table agreement to carry Ngannou or something like that. And I think Fury, even if he doesn't have that kind of agreement, will respectfully carry Ngannou for a short period of time. But I think Fury should be able to get Ngannou out of here within 5 or 6 rounds. So he shouldn't go the distance with him. If he does go the distance, I'm tempted to believe it's because that was prearranged. So, but we'll see. Maybe not. maybe Ngannou shows a level of craft and danger in the boxing ring that I'm not expecting. And if that's the case, I'll give him credit for it. I won't say it's because Fury carried him. I'll say Ngannou turned out to be good tonight and gave Fury some problems. But my instincts tell me if Ngannou makes it out of the 5th or 6th round, or it's because Fury's carrying him. But we'll have to see. I don't want to take credit away from Ngannou if he is in fact capable of competing with Tyson Fury tonight. Funny gloves help with that too, Jameson Childress. How much is the pay-per-view? $80 on ESPN Plus. My goodness. Do you think boxing is in trouble after Showtime drops boxing? We'll see, man. Yeah, a little bit in the United States. Taking these fights to Saudi, everyone loves money, I get it. It's a little bit of an indictment on your product in the United States, though. Next week, Top Rank's having a fight between Joe Goodall and Ife Ajagba as a main event in Tahoe. That's not getting it done. That's not moving the needle in the United States. And, part of why you got to go get all this money in Saudi is because you aren't making it big. You aren't making huge, big fights that are grossing big profits in America. And the people who were on pay-per-view this year was Showtime. I mean, for the last several years was Showtime, and now they're out the game. So, because things about their business model was unsustainable. So, yeah, boxing does have, is going to have to look itself in the mirror in the United States because most Americans don't care about this sport. It's an afterthought. And now, some of the biggest American promoters like Arum and De La Hoya are cashing out in Saudi Arabia, not because they have a product that is that lucrative, but because they're running into a government that wants to do what they call sports washing. And what happens if and when that money dries up or is no longer not dries up, but when they're tired of losing money on these fights? And what happens then when you're left without that fake high, that fake influx of cash coming from Middle East? What happens when you got to go back to America and really find a way to turn a profit? So yeah, Showtime's out the game. Top Rank, outside of Haney Lomachenko, which sold out the MGM and did solid on pay-per-view, hasn't really moved the needle that much in the United States this year. And then the company that was moving the needle, PBC with Showtime just got out the game. So yeah, man, this is a gut check. A moment of truth time is incoming for the United States boxing. And I'm here to hold it down, baby. I'm here to hold it down and do my part. So it's part of why I'm not there, to be real with you. But all right, over 500 people in the super chat, getting close to 600 now, and we are just about to kick off ring walk time for Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get, chat. One more time to the broadcast booth with Bernardo Osuna, Timothy Bradley, and the boys. All right, any moment now, chat. Bring back HBO and free fights on ESPN. Yeah, I do miss Friday Night Fights with Teddy. Get Teddy out of Saudi. Put him back in the booth for Friday Night Fights. Come on now. Here comes the Gypsy King. He's got his crown on. They're putting the crown on him in the back in the dressing room. And here comes the Gypsy King, ready to come to the ring to not defend the heavyweight title, but to defend the crown of best heavyweight boxer against the best heavyweight mixed martial artist in Francis Ngannou. So, Nathan Hyde says, when does the fight start? Looks like it's finally about to start. Alexander Usyk is yelling something at ringside, maybe greedy belly, maybe something. And he is clapping ringside. Usyk looks a little bored, like, can I please just see the man? Usyk just looks hungry to fight Fury. He looks like he just wants Fury to get through with his charade and his circus so that he could get to the real business. Usyk all smiles at ringside now. That gap tooth smile that he's known for. Having a good time, as always, looks in good shape, keeping himself in better shape than he does Fury. And now I got a couple super chats. Beautiful. MAW said, 5 for the live. Thank you, sir. For Sean, for holding it down. Subscribe, share, and smash that like button, folks. Thank you so much, MAW. Appreciate that, brother. Jameson Childress with another super chat. Thank you, brother. Said, what we truly need is an NBA of pro boxing. The sport is more of the wild, wild west than ever. We diehards can't sustain the sport forever. Yeah, I agree. And part of that wild west aspect is what I do love about boxing. It's less corporate. It's less, sterilized than mainstream sports, where athletes can't curse on the interview on CBS, Fox, ESPN, and all that. And they have to give very team-oriented answers. They're trained by PR people since they're high school and college athletes. And boxers, a lot of them come from the streets and give it to you a lot more raw and authentic in that. Because they don't have to worry about throwing a bunch of teammates under the bus and all that. And they have to talk because the mainstream networks don't cover them. So they have to give us more of who they really are to try to connect with the audience. Some of that has died down recently. I feel like some of these fighters have gotten NBA, NFL-itis, and they have been less expressive and engaging, and a little bit more, I'm just here to fight and train my best. I know he trained his best, and we're going to see what goes down on March 9th, on December 22nd, on whatever. Insert date here. But yeah, I agree. Boxing, we all know it. I almost get tired of saying it because it becomes corny after a while. The best have to fight the best and all. We all know that. But boxing's got a dilemma because short of some kind of dictator like Teddy Atlas has talked about, forcing promoters to work with each other, they're always going to look out for their own interests. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I think as you get older as a media guy covering boxing, unfortunately, you almost begin to accept it more and more. Because it's been this way for so many decades, but we'll see. Thank you, Oliver Schofield, for the super chat. All right, here we go. Looks like Francis Ngannou is set to make his ring walk. Coming to the ring now, and they're putting on all the lights and everything for the former UFC heavyweight champion. Never was able to come to terms with Jon Jones. That was such a big fight. As you guys know, I don't even cover UFC or mixed martial arts, but I knew that was a tenuous negotiation of a fight everybody wanted to see, Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones. And Francis ultimately told Dana White to go fuck himself because he wasn't getting paid enough money, and he has been validated in that regard with the amount of money he'll be making tonight, which is reportedly upwards of $50 million. Francis Ngannou made a beautiful business decision. He could have fought Jon Jones 4 times and wouldn't have made that much money. Tonight, he's a huge underdog, showing up with virtually no chance in everybody's eyes. But after all the hard work he put in mixed martial arts, coming from Africa, he is now going to be set for life. And that's what this fight is really about for Francis Ngannou, more than any kind of competition or trying to win and be the baddest man on the planet. I'm sure he'd love to win, but what this fight was really about for Francis Ngannou was securing that life set, that generational wealth, and that's what he's achieved tonight, if nothing else. So, they are waving the flags of Nigeria, I believe it is, and awaiting the king of heavyweight MMA to make his way to the ring, to the boxing ring, as a huge, more than 10-1 underdog against the Gypsy King, Mr. Tyson Fury. So, yeah, France is getting $50 million, Bruno, and Fury is reportedly making upwards of $100 million tonight. So between the $150 million guarantees both fighters have, and the probably 6 to 7 figure guarantees that all these celebrities from Kanye West and Eminem and Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya and on and on and on, they are just throwing money around at this event. Kazmat reportedly made $5 million with pay-per-view main event. Well, that's good, man. Dana's going to have to start paying them more if he doesn't want this to keep happening. So, Ngannou doing this, and again, I'm not an MMA guy. I don't particularly care about that sport, but Ngannou doing this is probably good for the fighters in MMA because it sends the message to Dana, we don't care even if we get blown out. If we don't stand a chance in the boxing ring, we will sell our brand in the boxing ring to the highest bidder if it's actually going to make us the generational wealth we risk our lives for. So, it's a good thing. Here comes Francis Ngannou, I believe, to the ring. He's got a crown on, too. Both men have their crowns on. The king of MMA, the king of boxing. And Michael Buffer who we never see, call these fights the Let's Get Ready to Rumble. I can't remember the last time we heard the man say Let's Get Ready to Rumble in America. It might have been when Devin Haney fought Jojo Diaz at the MGM. That's the last time I can remember him doing it. So, the legendary Michael Buffer introducing Francis Ngannou as he prepares to make his way to the ring now. Quite the pageantry to get these men in the ring. And Ngannou now, visible in the audience, in the crowd, sits on a throne with about 6 Nigerian flags surrounding him, waving about. And he sits up on the stage. He's visible to the arena now, sitting on his throne on the beginning of the entrance ramp for each guy's ring walk. Purple and gold throne adorned by Ngannou on the back, spelled out in gold. And 3 Nigerian flags to his left, 3 to his right. His trainer, Dewey Cooper. Gold robe, gold crown, black and gold trunks. And he lifts his arms to his side like a king to be derobed. Mike Tyson to his left. As Francis Ngannou prepares to make the ring, Mike Tyson removes the crown from his head and shows it to the arena. So much pageantry here. And now Francis Ngannou now making his way to the ring. Ngannou not with a whole lot of energy, folks, as he makes his way to the ring. Conor McGregor watching on at ringside. Ngannou nodding his head, but not a whole lot of energy from Francis Ngannou coming to the ring. Little bit of a head nod. Dewey Cooper, his trainer, with more energy behind him than Francis. Francis not with some big smirk on his face like he's got something up his sleeve. Not with a snarl like he's mean and ready to fight. Not with a lot of intensity, enthusiasm, or energy. Hugs up Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya now appear at his side. And now a little bit of a look in his eye from Ngannou, once joined by his fellow African champions Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya. Forgive me, that's the Cameroon flag. Yeah, I thought I was wrong. Nigeria has the green, white, and green flag. Please forgive me, chat. Similar colors to the Ghanaian flag, but please forgive me. That is the Cameroon flag. I appreciate the correction, chat. And I hesitated to say Nigeria, because that's right. Nigeria's got the green, white, and green. So forgive me for that. Cameroon flags from Mr. Francis Ngannou. Francis now in the ring, lifts his arms up to the audience. And again, didn't come in with a whole lot of bravado or enthusiasm or intensity, did Ngannou. Just kind of made his way to the ring. Perked up a little bit when he was joined by his comrades, Adesanya and Kamaru Usman, but that's it. You know, kind of looks like the guy showing up for the check a little bit. So here we go. Oh, we're at 666 viewers right now. Please, someone enter the chat just to get us off that number. All right, now Tyson Fury set to make his way to the ring. Amir Khan in the back near him. His father, John Fury, holding the WBC belt behind his left shoulder. Big red lights all through the hallway as he gets ready. Oh, Tyson Fury daps up Riddick Bowe, daps up Roberto Duran, daps up Eric Morales, daps up Oscar De La Hoya. Wow, they just happen to be standing there, huh? Daps up Lennox Lewis, daps up Evander Holyfield. All those fighters that have been former champions that have been paid to be there are there for the ring walk for Tyson Fury. So, probably some of the easiest checks they've ever made. Good for them. They earned it. Lennox Lewis dapping up Joseph Parker as Parker makes his way to the ring alongside Team Fury. Lennox Lewis lets an interviewer know, please don't film me. Don't talk to me. El Terrible Morales and Frank Bruno and Roberto Duran and Evander Holyfield all making their way to the ring behind Tyson Fury. What a coincidence, Dungeon. Absolutely. They were all just happened to be standing there hanging out. Now Tyson Fury. Image up on the big screen in Saudi. showing a couple of still images, not even video, not even highlights from Tyson Fury, just a bunch of still images. Fury, one of the all-time great heavyweights. Don't got to put him ahead of guys like Tyson if you don't feel, or Holmes, or guys like that, but has been the best heavyweight in the post-Klitschko era, the era he ended, and now he's about to make his way to the ring. And let's hope he doesn't play with his food tonight and isn't in the mood to beat himself. Fury has to be sharp tonight in preparation for Usyk. Doesn't have to be sharp to win this fight. Could probably win this fight off his game. But if he wants to be properly prepared for Usyk in December, he's got to get out of this fight unscathed, and he's got to look sharp. So Tyson Fury, big red out all through the arena. Now Fury visible to the crowd, sitting on his throne. The Gypsy King always has a good sweat worked up before he gets in that ring. Something George Foreman, former heavyweight champion, used to always talk about. Never come into a boxing ring dry. You always want a good sweat worked up from a good mitt session, a good workout, a good shadow box in the dressing room. And Fury, not dry as he sits on that throne, compared to Ngannou, who wasn't dry either, but wasn't as warmed up as Fury is. Now some fireworks go off. Fury removes the crown, removes the robe himself, doesn't wait to be derobed like a king, like Ngannou was, and he begins to jog to the ring. And that's what I mean. There's a little bit, that's some energy on your ring walk. Lifts his hands up, got a little bit of a smile, got some Tyson Fury swag and silliness to him. Jogging in a circle around the stage, jogging in a circle. Having a little bit of showmanship, extends his hand to the crowd with his other hand on his chest, and now Fury begins to shadow box up on stage. And that's what he always does so well before the first bell rings. He warms up and has a good sweat. Not a lost art in boxing, but something. Watch any of those fights from the 80s or the 90s, early 2000s, and those guys, you know, they were sweating. They had a good sweat worked up in their robe as they got into the ring, and they were ready to go from that first minute. So Fury doing a little bit of shadow boxing, a little bit of jogging. Now he makes his way back to the throne, and now he's joined by John Fury and another member of Team Fury. He's got 316 on the back, but I believe he is referencing John 316, not Austin 316. But we don't know for sure. He doesn't have John or Austin's name on there. Could maybe both. Maybe both. He can do all things through the Lord that strengthens him, and he just whooped your ass. Maybe it's a combination of the two, and that's why no name. Now Tyson Fury, still up on that stage, has yet to really make his way to the ring, and now he slowly begins to walk down the ramp. Got a little pep in his step, nodding his head to side a little bit. Now he knocks the hoodie of his off, blowing kisses to the audience. And that is in juxtaposition to Francis Ngannou. He's walking in with some intensity, with a sweat buildup, with enthusiasm, with confidence. Ngannou, not as much. And now Fury with the snarl. He gave me the full package. Now he comes with a little snarl to the ring, makes his way through the ropes, does the big GK, does the Gypsy King. Bigger man. He walks straight over to Francis Ngannou and mean mugs him and gets in his face, lets him know he's the boss. Letting him know, you're gonna get it, Dosa, and all that. So, here we go. Fury and Ngannou in the ring. Fury wearing green robe with some gold trim. Got the red gloves on, does Tyson Fury. Sugar Hill Stewart, one of the best trainers in the sport, in his corner. And Michael Buffer is ready to do his thug thizzle. And I can't wait to finally get to the fun part of this stream, which is actually calling the boxing match. Can't wait. Throwback commentary, says Joel's Bandana. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. This commentary is dope, says Rene Perez. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And yeah, can't wait. Anybody told you look like Drake from Nickelodeon, said Deshaun Jones. Only you and about 47 other people. I want to say about 40. So that's about it. Only like 47 or 48 people have told me that, which in a planet full of 7 billion people is not that bad. It's not that bad. So here we go. Glenn Chaos says, best commentary. Thank you, brother. Can't wait, man. We just can't wait to get started with the action. That's when the stream gets easy. The hard part is killing time up until the action. Glove colors, says Bong Bum. Ngannou has gold gloves, I believe, and Fury has red gloves. Right now they are singing the national anthem of the Cameroon. which is known as Cradle of Our Forefathers. Ngannou taking the anthem very seriously, as you'd expect. Very proud of his African roots. Here we go. Sean, my man, how long do you think this fight lasts? Asked my man Matty Boy. I think inside of 5 if Fury isn't trying to carry him. If Fury's trying to carry him, he'll do what Floyd kind of did with McGregor. He'll make it long, and then with a round or 2 left in the fight, he'll finish the job. But if Fury isn't playing with his food, gets him out of there in 5. So you got it. Maria C said, thanks for saving me $80, Sean. You got it, Maria. I got you. No. Ngannou is wearing black gloves with Leon on it. Leon black gloves. Got the black and gold trunks, and Fury has the red gloves with gold trim on the thumbs. So now God save the king. Isn't that a trip? It was God save the queen, and then she dies, and now it's a man, so God save the king. I don't know how seriously I could take your national anthem, United Kingdom, if it's in flux like that. You know, it's the land of the free, the home of the brave. 100 years ago was still... No, I'm just kidding, because anyway. But that's my joke about the national anthem of the UK. Can I take it that seriously if it's in flux like that? If today it's Queen and tomorrow it's King, I don't know. The lyrics got to stay the same. But Donald Frank, thank you for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hold on. Let me ban a spammer. Boom. All right. Just waiting. God save the Queen and glorious, victorious. God save the Queen or King. You did not miss any Tupac talk tonight. All right, just waiting for the national anthems. Michael Buffer still has to introduce people. TNT Sport. Did they merge with TNT? That's the same logo from TNT United States. What am I missing here? Holyfield, ringside, looking on. Got a good check to be there tonight. Seriously, though, thank you so much again to Donald Frank for the super chat, brother. I appreciate that very much. Let's see. 47 out of total viewers, not 7 billion. Okay, well, 47 out of 780 ain't bad. It's still less than 10%, right? It's like 5%. All right, just waiting. Here we go. Glorious. Something, something victorious. Rest in peace, notorious. God save Biggie. All right. Juan Carlos Pelano is the judge from Mexico. Alan Krebs, a judge from the United States. And Ed Garner, a judge from Canada. So 3 judges, none of them really near the area. All from Northern America overseas. Mexico, Canada, and the United States. So showing the officials, Todd DeBuff, Mauricio Suleiman, Frank Warren. Todd DeBuff standing in the ring, not Bob Arum. The likely heir apparent to Top Rank when Arum, passes well into his 90s, still so sharp for a man his age. Just sharp, period. Not even for a man his age. But Todd DeBuff in the ring, the future of Top Rank, not Bob Arum. C6 Mark Contreras, good to see you, brother. Said Ngannou purse, is it the same as Fury's? No, I believe Ngannou is making upwards of 50 million, and Fury is making upwards of 100 million tonight. So, and Fury will be making even more money reportedly for a Usyk fight than he is tonight. He's going to apparently be making even more. All right, Ngannou, 37 years old, 6'4", 272 pounds of muscle, 17 wins, 3 losses in mixed martial arts, 12 by knockout. Is Francis Ngannou in the ring now. And again, not a whole lot of intensity or movement. No shadow boxing to keep himself warm in the ring. Ngannou, tough guy, tough demeanor, but doesn't have the look in his eye of, I'm going to shock the world or, all of that. He's just, kind of going through the motions from what I could see. But maybe I'll eat my words 5 minutes from now when he knocks Fury out. We'll see. Now Fury got his green trunks on. Looks like he's cut a little bit of weight, or it could just be his cup is pulled up so high that it's covering some of his fat. But Fury at 35, 6'9", 277.7 tonight. WBC and lineal heavyweight champ, the best heavyweight in the world, 33-0, one draw. That one draw he avenged with 2 knockout wins over Wilder. So Bad Man getting ready to work on his head movement, switch the hand that's blocking as he warms up, bouncing up and down, got that good sweat worked up, raises his hands to the sky, makes a little bit of a mean mug, a half silly face, half mean mug face, as he's one to do. And Fury bouncing up and down, letting the uppercuts roll. Sugar Ray Leonard clapping his hands at ringside for Tyson Fury. Alexander Usyk talking with a couple of ladies ringside, talking with some ladies and some of the sheiks out there. And now they are center ring, and Fury is the bigger man. Ngannou's definitely in better shape, got better muscle definition by far, but Fury is taller than him and bigger than him around the shoulders and around the upper body. He's just a bigger man. Again, Ngannou at that face-off at center ring, not a whole lot of intensity or confidence, a little bit of going through the motions from him, and Fury beginning to summon some of the fight energy and not the circus energy. A little bit of a mix of the two, fight energy, but that's part of the course for Tyson Fury. So, Chichi Torres, to use a wrestling term, said this fight is a work, which means it's fixed. You know, that's a wrestling term, but we'll see if it's a work. If it goes the distance, it's probably a work. Here we go, round 1. Fury immediately feinting and shooting an overhand right, but misses. And Ngannou trying to hit him with a left hook and misses too. Now Fury on the back foot a little bit. Ngannou staying in front of him. Fury feints, falls short with a jab. Ngannou falls short with his first jab. And Fury stepping over to his left, lands a jab to the body. And now a little left hook touch right hand from Tyson Fury, touching Ngannou with that right hand off the left hook setup. 2 feints from Fury, circling over to his left. He primarily likes to move to his left. He misses a lead hook short on Ngannou's chest, and then Ngannou misses his lead hook back short. Ngannou backing Fury up into the ropes off a double jab, makes Fury turn his back to miss the right hand. Now Fury getting back in the center of the ring, lead hand low. Ngannou with his lead hand low a little bit, might get caught with a right hand if Fury sets it up. Ngannou jabs Fury, and Fury holds. Fury holds after that first jab from Ngannou. Fury still holding on. Referee trying to separate him. Now Ngannou's the one who won't let go. Ngannou holding on Fury. Very strong man. Fury not able to bully him in the clinch the way he usually does against heavyweights. Now they're separated in the center of the ring. Fury with that lead hand low. Touches to the body with the jab. Ngannou coming back with his jab. And Ngannou not yet in the first minute and a half being outclassed. Fury short with the jab, touching with the jab, holding his ground in the center of the ring, feints. Ngannou not biting on it. Ngannou trying to keep his right hand in position at all times. Double jab from Ngannou backs Fury up into the ropes. Fury has to reset in the center of the ring. Fury measuring, feinting, drops the lead hand, picks it back up, measuring, feinting. Ngannou lets go of a little touch jab to keep Fury occupied. Fury short with a double jab, and Ngannou back with a left hook falls short. Now Ngannou with a straight right hand to the body falls a little short, but makes Fury touch the ropes again. And a minute left in this first round. Lead left hook blocked by Ngannou. Fury doesn't connect. Ngannou, nice jab to the body. Fury bats it down. Fury coming back with a left hook straight right hand, but can't find the mark. Isn't really hitting Ngannou in round 1. Fury, good jab to the body by Fury. Nice little counter touch check left hook by Fury as Ngannou tried to jab to the body in the center of the ring, but Fury not landing that clean yet. Nice right hand to the body by Francis Ngannou. Made Fury back up onto the ropes, and he hit him with a nice little sweeping right hand to the body. Fury gets his jab to the body blocked. Now a left hook right hand hits Ngannou. Ngannou, not having his hands in position to block, ate that left hook and rolled the right hand. Ngannou, nice setup for the right hand. Jab to the stomach to try to set up the right hand, but Fury rolled the shot, didn't get hit. Little touch left hand lands for Fury. 10 seconds left in the round. Fury not that sharp in round 1. Short with the jab again, measuring with that jab. And that back fat is blubbering for Tyson Fury. And that's it for round 1. Fury landing that left hook with about 20 seconds left, but not separating himself from the MMA guy the way you'd think he would. And he looked a little uncomfortable at times, this isn't as easy as I thought it'd be. But he won the first round, 10-9 Fury. But Ngannou not embarrassing himself in round 1. So, 3 Pumps says Fury is playing with that dude, man. And he might be, but he at times looked a little uncomfortable too. And he was inaccurate. He was inaccurate for much of that round. He still won the round, but he was largely inaccurate in round 1, was Tyson Fury. So 10-9 Fury. Real Recognized Real says, love your play-by-play, Sean. Pound for pound number 1. Thank you, my man. Yes, Molly Mall, it is. It is. It's blubbering. It is. You got, that's part of describing the action. That lead left hook did touch Ngannou, and the right hand got in better than I thought it did on that slow-mo. So Fury with a lead, actually the right hand got better than the lead left hook did. And that was with about 30 seconds left in the first round. Fury landed a sweeping, left hook, straight right hand, 3-2, like Tim Bradley was pointing out before the fight. Round 2. Fury touches gloves, picks his lead hand up a little bit. 11 punches landed for Fury in round 1 to 6 for Ngannou. So again, not a huge separation like you'd think. Now Fury walking Ngannou into a hook. As Ngannou tried to come in behind the jab, Fury just backed up and walked him into a little touch left hook. Center ring, Fury not throwing his punches that hard just yet, not sitting down on anything. Fury stepping over to his left, feigning, playing with Ngannou a little bit. Now a lead left hook touches Ngannou. Ngannou trying to counter him back with the left hook. And you could tell Ngannou doesn't have good hand positioning on defense. Ngannou backing Fury into the ropes, touches his body with a left hook as Fury backs straight up into the ropes. Fury holding his ground in the center of the ring, drops both hands to adjust his trunks to pull his trunks up. Now he's back. Fury lead hand low, touch jab off the left hook setup. 2 or 3 jabs, and it does look like Fury's pulling his punches right now. Ngannou almost hitting him with a hook up top as Fury reached down with a jab of the body. Fury's in the corner, and Ngannou almost getting in an uppercut and hits him with a little bit of a free right hand as Fury was trying to extend his arms and get out of the corner and clinch. And Ngannou touched him there with the right hand a little bit. Not impressive stuff from Fury so far. Halfway through the second round. Fury, double jab, both getting blocked, using that up jab. Fury blocks Ngannou's jab. Fury switches southpaw. Lets the southpaw jab go, but doesn't find the mark. Now he lands a right hook from Ngannou, who tries to step forward and turn southpaw himself. Ngannou trading jabs with Fury. Fury getting the better of it, but not blowing him out. And Fury's got some blood on his forehead, chat. Could be from a headbutt. Nice jab to the body by Ngannou, as they both are fighting southpaw right now. Now a little right hook to the body, sets up a left hand up top, and a 2-punch combination for Fury in the center of the ring, but not sitting down on his punches. Fury stepping over to his right, feints, double jab. Not that sharp tonight is Fury. And again, a little bit of blood on his forehead. Nice jab to the body by Fury. Fury sloppy with that lead right hook and flails into a clinch with Ngannou. Not impressive stuff there by the Gypsy King. 40 seconds left in the round. Fury winning the round, but not looking impressive. Both guys, now Ngannou's back in an orthodox stance, and he leans on Fury as Fury tries a sweeping left hand to the body in the southpaw stance, but it was ugly, and Ngannou clinched him and leaned on top of him. Fury eating a right uppercut on the inside because he burrows in with his head down. Weird. 15 seconds left. Fury flicking out the southpaw jab. Ngannou holding his own in the center of the ring. 10 seconds left. Fury with a weird right hook, straight left hand attempt that wasn't pretty, and he reached out and clinched without even sitting down on the shot. Before the shots were even fully extended, he looked to clinch Ngannou, and that's a sign of kind of discomfort from Fury. Some people might be thinking he's carrying Ngannou, but honestly, chat, it's hard to tell if he's just sloppy and not on his game tonight. 20-18 Fury, but thus far this has been very unimpressive, and the kind of showing that has Usyk licking his chops. Fury getting some Vaseline applied to the blood on his forehead that may have been from a headbutt. And just to my eyes, Fury doesn't look that comfortable in the ring right now. Here's a replay. And yep, that left hook landed for Francis Ngannou, and that might have been what opened it up. Yep, it was a punch. It was a punch that opened up a cut on Tyson Fury. Fury was reaching down to the body with his jab, and he ate a left hook coming in, and then Ngannou hit him with a right hand as if Fury tried to clinch him into the center of the ring off the ropes, extended his hands, and while he extended his hands to get Ngannou off of him, Ngannou hitting him with a right hand out of that clinch. That round might have actually went to Ngannou. So I gave it to Fury, but Ngannou did touch Tyson and even left a mark on his forehead from that left hook. This is a 10-round fight, Bert. All right, round 3. It could be 1 round apiece. Not inconceivable at all. Fury starting with the feint, but Ngannou calm in there. Fury short with the check left hook as Ngannou tries to jab to the body. Fury with the double feint, but Ngannou not biting on it as much as Fury opponents usually do. Fury feinting, staying in the center of the ring. Ngannou holding his ground in the center of the ring, not giving up too much positioning. Ngannou coming in with a double jab, backing Fury up, not getting it in, but again, holding the center of the ring. Ngannou backs away from a lead left hook, straight right hand, 2-piece by Fury. Fury not really that accurate right now. They trade jabs, big left hook for Francis Ngannou. They trade jabs, and then Ngannou shot the right hand missile as they traded jabs. He missed, but he cleaned up with a left hook and he hit Fury. Good hook by Francis Ngannou. Ngannou with a good right hand to the body, shot a left hook to the body, and it set up a sweeping right hand to the body. They trade jabs. Ngannou holding his own, winning this round a minute into it. Now Fury does a lead right hand, left uppercut that connects, but not at full throttle, not getting Ngannou's attention. Fury switching southpaw in the center of the ring, pawing with his jab. Ngannou goes southpaw too. They trade jabs. Ngannou hits the chest with a right hook after they trade jabs. Fury inaccurate with an overhand left and then clinches Ngannou. Not good form on some of these punches by Tyson Fury tonight. Halfway through the 3rd round, and Fury switching southpaw again, slaps with his jab. Ngannou fencing and blocking it. Jab to the body by Fury as he makes Ngannou pick his eyes up at the jab up top. Fury feinting, but Ngannou not fully biting on it. Fury short with the southpaw jab, straight left hand, but not a lot of power on it, and he burrows into a clinch, and then Ngannou hits him with a right hand outside of the clinch as Fury gets out of the clinch. This is not impressive stuff from the heavyweight champion. And by the judge looking in his eyes, it's not because he's playing with him. It's because he's just not really on his game tonight. 50 seconds left in the round. Ngannou having his best round right now. Fury, lead left hook, straight right hand. That right hand, down goes Tyson Fury off a left hook. Down goes Tyson Fury off a left hook. And Ngannou dances over him. Fury is up, but he went down off a left hook from Ngannou. I told you guys, he wasn't carrying him. He looked uncomfortable. I called it down the middle, unfortunately. And that's it. 20 seconds left in the round, and Fury's in trouble. Fury is now in trouble, and he might embarrass the sport of boxing. He already has. 10 seconds left in this round. And Fury went down off that left hook, and he does not look like his normal self tonight. Not by a long shot. He looks sloppy and doesn't look sharp. And that's it. Ngannou wins that round and nods his head at Tyson Fury, making me eat my words. Alexander Usyk is smiling, smirking at ringside. And Fury, that's a shame to the sport of boxing. You just got dropped by a man that has never fought a professional boxing match. Sugar Hill Stewart is asking Tyson, are you okay? Tyson trying his sloppy left hook right hand attempt, and Ngannou catch and shoot. Caught the left hook right hand on the guard, shot the left hook off the catch and shoot, and dropped Tyson Fury like a ton of bricks. Fury is down. So he has been down, and no, this is not rigged, chat. This is Tyson Fury showing up like with too much clown shit. Ngannou touched him with a left hook on his forehead that caused that cut on his forehead in round 2. He follows it up with a knockdown in round 3. Here we go. Round 4. Fury is officially in trouble, and even if he wins this fight, he has embarrassed himself. So here we go. 7 punches landed to just 1. And Tyson Fury threw only 18 punches last round. Right hand lands for Francis Ngannou. He is getting the better of Fury in these exchanges. Fury does not have any snap or the same kind of speed on his punches tonight that we're used to. Ngannou jabs to the body. Lands that jab to the body. And Ngannou's in control of the fight right now. Ngannou missing up top with a left hook, but it sets up a straight right hand to the body. Hopefully Fury has woken up now. Ngannou, lead hand, he drops his lead hand. Bouncing up and down a little bit as Ngannou now. Big left hook lands for Fury. He checked Ngannou with the left hook as Ngannou was trying to set up his jab. Now Fury turns southpaw. Fury landing the southpaw jab, keeping Ngannou occupied with the lead hand. But now he dives into his left hand attempt, and he dives into a clinch, and Ngannou hits him in the clinch, and Fury gets him back in the clinch. But Fury can't throw a straight backhand shot tonight without being sloppy. He doesn't have a straight left hand or a straight right hand. It's coming out sloppy and poorly thrown. And then he's following it up by burrowing his head into a clinch, and Ngannou's taking advantage of that here and there. Halfway through the round, Ngannou blocks the sweeping left hand out of the southpaw stance. Now a straight left hand gets in for Fury, but he is an inch away from getting hit by a bomb with these loosey-goosey shots in the exchanges. Fury, it looks hurt again in the exchange. Fury is not comfortable. He clinches Ngannou. When he exchanges with Ngannou, he doesn't look comfortable, and Ngannou is delivering bombs. But now Ngannou's beginning to get tired here in the fourth. Ngannou looked tired after that clinch. Left hook, right hand lands for Fury out of the clinch. Fight could beginning to change for Fury. He pulls back from a straight 1-2 from Ngannou and clinches Ngannou. Ngannou beginning to look tired now, though, in the fourth. Fury holding his ground, steps over to his left in the center of the ring. Lead hand down. Still that lead hand down. Fury stepping over to his left. Wild left hook, right hand. Fury is gambling when he exchanges with Ngannou. And now Fury getting the better of the exchange in the last minute. Touches with his jab. Fury began to take some dangerous chances in these exchanges with Ngannou, but he has to turn this fight around, to gain the control he feels he should have. 20 seconds left. Fury with a decent finish to this round. But not sharp, not accurate, not even always keeping his eyes on the target when he's throwing his punches. 10 seconds left. A wild sweeping right hand misses from Fury. And Ngannou backs out of range to make him fall short with it. Straight left hand to the chest lands for Ngannou out of the southpaw stance. Fury bouncing up on his toes. And that will do it for round 4. A close round. A close round, chat. Close round, close fight. I think Ngannou's probably a point ahead because of the knockdown. I got a super chat from Trenia for $10. Thank you, Trenia. Trenia? Either way, thank you so much. Almost 1,500 people in the chat. And yeah, Fury has been terrible tonight. 2-2 after 4, says 304 Ghost. But yeah, Fury's been terrible tonight. Now, Ngannou did begin to fatigue beginning in the fourth, and Fury does not look tired. Looks a little embarrassed, looks a little uncomfortable, looks a little cut on his forehead, but he knows that this MMA guy might start gassing soon, and that's where he could seize control. But this fight has already gotten away from him in terms of, image. Even if he knocks Ngannou the fuck out here in the 5th round, out cold, face flat, still isn't a good performance at this point. Larry Holmes and Manny Pacquiao smiling at ringside. Evander Holyfield smiling at ringside. I wonder how they feel about the boxing guy getting dropped by the MMA guy. They can't like that deep down. Here we go, round 5, and they resume action. Ngannou hitting Fury with a right hand off the left hook, hitting him on the top of the head, not landing it flush, but his left hook didn't land, but the right hand did land. Ngannou with serious punching power, even with boxing gloves on. Good jab to the chest by Ngannou. Good jab to the body by Fury. Fury, nice double jab and does a little slapping left hook. Hooks off the jab. Circles over to his left. Bouncing up and down. Picks his lead glove up. Feints. Picks the lead glove up again, but backs up in a straight line and eats a straight left hand from Ngannou. Backs up and then touches Ngannou with a counter shot. But all that feinting and all that setup, and he still got hit with a straight left hand. Now 2 southpaw jabs by Ngannou, trying to jab over the top of that low lead hand of Fury. Fury, wild on his attempts and sloppy. Fury trying a sweeping right hand. Fury has not thrown a straight right hand or a straight left hand all night long. Everything's been a sweeping, sloppy kind of shot off the backhand. And his jab has been a flicking jab, not a piston jab, not a snappy jab tonight. Halfway through the 5th, Fury walking to his left, walking to his right, trying to find some answers. Jab to the body by Ngannou. Ngannou holding his ground in the center of the ring continuously, not giving up much ground. Trying to assert himself in the center of the ring. Sweeping right hand by Fury. Ngannou gets the gloves up to block and dips his head down, and they get into the clinch. Ref breaks them apart. Ngannou staying southpaw. Fury orthodox. Now Ngannou switches orthodox again. Good jab by Fury. His best jab of the night. He really stuck that jab in that time. Ngannou trying to hook off the jab. Fury ducks underneath the hook and hits him with a little right hand to the body in the clinch. They're back in the center of the ring. Minute left in the round. Fury landing a jab and then gets ugly in the clinch and hits a right hand to the body in the clinch. Not pretty work by Fury here. Not much to choose from so far. Nice uppercut lands for Fury, but an uppercut back by Ngannou. They trade right uppercuts. Fury landed his first, but Ngannou didn't let him just go away without a receipt. Fury measuring with the lead hand. Feints, double feints. Lands the jab off the feint. 30 seconds left. Fury, lead hand low. Right hand by his chin. Lead hand low, feint, double. Oh, beautiful double feint. Leads to a double jab right hand for Fury. That time he landed solid on the face of Francis Ngannou. One of his best right hands tonight. But Ngannou took the power well. Nice jab lands again for Fury. And Fury smiles after that jab like he's finding the answers now. Finding the rhythm. Shaking the rust off. Nice feint leads to another jab for Fury. Fury now winds his right hand up. Is tightening up his defense a little bit. Is tightening up his feints. Is beginning to look a little bit more like himself as round 5 comes to an end. Fury closing that round well. I think this fight's even. 3-2 for Fury. Maybe 4 rounds. Yeah, I think 3-2 for Fury. And with the knockdown, I think even after 5 sounds about right. Eminem and Mike Tyson ringside. And so far, Tyson Fury has thrown 116... Let's see. Tyson Fury has thrown 116 punches and has landed 33. Francis Ngannou has thrown 108 punches and has landed 33. Francis Ngannou has a 31% connect percentage to 28% for Fury, and he has the knockdown. So, but Fury did look like he got in his rhythm a little bit and down the stretch of the 5th round. Got in his first real good right hand on Ngannou's shin off the feint. The left hook straight, and that time it was the straight right hand from Fury. Not an ugly, sloppy, sweeping right hand, but that time off the feint left hook, he threw the straight right hand, and that's the shot that found the mark, and that's probably the shot he's got to start finding a way to get off more instead of these ugly, sweeping shots that don't have a lot of snap on them and aren't compact and accurate. So here we are in round 6 now, 15 seconds into it. Fury bouncing around to his right, pawing with his jab. Now he steps over to his left a little bit. Fury touching with the jab, bouncing up and down, bouncing to his left, lead hand low. Fury landing the jab and beginning to have a better sense of distance now, and beginning to get his timing down a little bit. Jabbing and then getting out of harm's way. Moving straight back in a straight line, but getting away with it that time. Nice lead left hook lands for Tyson Fury. Beginning to get the timing down now of Ngannou. Ngannou backs him straight up and touches him with a right hand, but Fury rolls some of the steam off of that. Nice left hook to the body by Ngannou, but he gets countered by a right uppercut for reaching down to the body that lands on the top of his head a little bit. Fury looking more comfortable now than he has earlier in the fight. Nice jab lands for Fury off his feint and stepping off to his left. Another jab lands for Fury. Now it's getting in clean. Ngannou not missing with his combinations. Fury shoring up the head movement. Made him miss clean with the uppercut. Fury back in the center of the ring. Lands 2 jabs. Fury having a decent beginning to this round. Ngannou using the jab to set up a right hand over the top. Lands on Fury's head a little bit as Fury dips his head away to get away from the shot. Not clean defense there by Fury. Halfway through the 6th round. Fury bouncing up and down again in the center of the ring. Lead hand staying low. Eyes wide open. Now he steps off to his right to reset. Wipes his nose with his right glove. Bends his body a little bit. Now he picks the lead glove up. Drops it back at his waist. All kinds of feints and setups, but not trusting his offense is Fury. Fury with a feint. Ngannou trying to time the feint with a left hook. Falls short. Eats a jab. Fury's jab has been much better this round. Lead left hook. Oh, nice right hand lands for Fury. Walked Ngannou into it there. Ngannou blocking the check hook, but then walked into the right hand. Ngannou just making Fury miss a right uppercut, but then Fury following up the right uppercut with a little sweeping shot. Nice right hand to the body by Ngannou, and then he clinches Fury in the center of the ring. Fury beginning to outbox Ngannou this round. They trade jabs in the center of the ring. Fury wiping his face, snaps the jab in there, snaps another jab in there. That second jab getting in. More snappy now instead of a pawing jab from Fury in round 6. Fury feigning, now backing Ngannou up a little bit. Ngannou, for the first time, he's near the corner. Now he steps back into the center of the ring. Fury maybe trying to walk him into something, and Ngannou being disciplined, not being reckless. 7 seconds left. Not a very entertaining fight or round, but Fury able to outbox Francis Ngannou that round, and finally got in his jab sharp, not just pawing with it, but actually snapped the head up a little bit of Ngannou a couple of times. But continuing to just not be an impressive performance at all by Tyson Fury. He's going life and death with a guy who's never had a professional boxing match before, who doesn't have the skills of anywhere near an elite heavyweight. Jones had a fight and can punch hard, but Fury tonight just not looking good. He won that 6th round, no doubt about it, though, and began to make Ngannou hit nothing but air. Began to make Ngannou miss clean, and again touched him with the jab better than he did in the 5 previous rounds. So I think Fury may be ahead by a point now, despite the knockdown. Fury getting his water in the corner. The head of all the Saudi sports doesn't look too happy by Fury's performance so far. Oh, Fury hit him with an elbow. It wasn't even a right hand. He walked him into an elbow. He threw a right hand so awkward that the elbow caught Ngannou. And Ngannou, being the MMA guy, shook it off like it was nothing. He's used to taking elbows. Nice jab to the body by Ngannou. Ngannou starting southpaw. Fury meets him and turns southpaw himself. Ngannou stepping forward against Fury, applying a little bit of pressure now. Now Ngannou is applying some pressure. Big straight left hand lands for Ngannou. He set it up off the southpaw right hook, made Fury pull straight back, and he took that straight left hand with him. Good shot by Ngannou. Ngannou shooting a straight left hand to the body out of the southpaw stance. Fury sees a bug fly in the ring and bats it away. Little over 2 minutes left in the round. Ngannou off to a solid start in the first minute of this round. Fury using his feint, he sets up a jab, but not knocking the head up, not sitting down with confidence on his punch. A straight left hand again for Francis Ngannou as Fury continues to back out in straight lines, a fundamental sin in boxing. So Ngannou winning the 7th round and smiling at Fury. Fury jams a jab in his chin, but Ngannou answers right back with the jab. He hasn't even come close to hurting Francis Ngannou tonight. It's Francis Ngannou who's landed the most eye-catching punches, not even just the knockdown. Halfway through the round, Fury doing nothing this round, chat. Doing nothing. Stepping over to his right. Ngannou feints his backhand. Nice feint by Ngannou. Ngannou letting go of 2 right uppercuts on the inside as Fury reaches out to grab him. Ngannou southpaw stance. Fury with a headbutt. He's been so sloppy jumping in with his head with his sweeping punches, not straight punches. Now a 1-2 down the pipe by Fury, but no zip on it, and Ngannou gets out of the way of it. Fury sweeping right hand gets in, and it sets up a little straight right hand, but with no power on it. And Fury goes to his knee in the clinch, and Fury right now almost looks like he doesn't want to be there after going to his knee in that clinch. He might have got caught with something in that exchange that I couldn't see to the naked eye, and that made it here. And Fury's up. 50 seconds left in the round. Ngannou jabbing to the body. Fury coming back up with a jab up top. Ngannou stepping over to his right side in the southpaw stance. His eyes wide open. Falls short with a straight left hand, but launches that missile. Nice jab to the body by Fury. 1-2 by Ngannou. Aims it to the midsection. Good 1-2 out of the southpaw stance by Ngannou. Fury touching with the jab. Fury pulling his trunks up. Just not in a rhythm. Has looked like dog shit by his standards tonight. Fury touching with the jab. Nothing offensively. The feints are there and the little setups, but nothing, not pulling the trigger, not finding that straight right hand. Ngannou wins the 7th round. I liked his straight left hands out of the southpaw stance. Ngannou breathing heavy going back to his corner, and Fury looking a little dejected heading back to his corner. This is an even fight through 7, chat, and Ngannou might be ahead because of the knockdown. I'm not happy to be calling this. I love boxing and don't love MMA. To be quite honest, I want to see the boxing guy spark the MMA guy out, and that's just not what's happening. He has been dropped, and he's been hit with the harder, better shots. And he's the one with a knot on his forehead and a little bit of purple on his left or right eye, does Fury. Ngannou doesn't really have a scratch on him and has really not been hit with that many eye-catching blows at all. So just a very epic disappointment tonight has been Tyson Fury. And Ngannou has fought very well. Extremely well. Admirably well. Impressively well for a man who has never fought a boxer before. So here we go. Dog shit by his standard, Charles. And be amazing if it was me, but we got to go by his standards, so it's dog shit. Total punches through 7 rounds. Fury has landed 48. Ngannou has landed 43. But keep this in mind, neither guy has thrown more than the other, and Ngannou's punches have been heavier than Fury's. So a little bit of a skirmish to start round 8. Here we are, 30 seconds into the 8th. Can Fury salvage this fight at all? Double jab for Fury, but nothing on the right hand. Ngannou touches him with a right hook to the body. Fury with a right uppercut. Oh, straight left hand lands for Ngannou, and Fury has to hold in the corner. Ngannou with a good straight left hand. Fury with no snap on his punches tonight and no accuracy, no zip. The speed isn't normal, the snap, the pop, none of it's really there for Fury tonight. He is sloppy. Fury, nice double jab, sets up a right uppercut, set it up off the angle, stepping over to his left-handed Fury, but Ngannou smothered the uppercut a little bit. Nice jab by Fury, Ngannou touches him with his jab too, and Fury initiates the clinch, not the MMA fighter. Fury, bouncing up and down. Double jab, Ngannou lands his jab too. 2 right uppercuts on the inside by Fury. Ngannou coming back with a left hook, and Fury blocks it, but Fury flailing with some of these shots, not precise and pinpoint. Fury now looking tired in the 8th. Big jab lands for Ngannou and a combination on the top of Fury's head. Big right uppercut lands for Fury, but Ngannou taking off with a combination on Fury just as he looks tired. Ngannou, good combination on the top. Big straight right hand by Tyson Fury as he comes forward. Good straight right hand. Back lands a jab for Ngannou and a clubbing right hand. Fury's in trouble. Fury's in trouble in the 8th. Ngannou, right uppercut for Ngannou out of the clinch. Fury still up. A chopping right hand on the top of Fury's head by Ngannou. Ngannou bleeding from his mouth now. They trade right hands, but Ngannou's is better. Fury clinches in the center of the ring. He is losing this fight. He's losing this fight. He's losing this round. He's been buzzed in this round. Ngannou smothers the jab, chopping right hand on the top of Fury's head again in the clinch. 30 seconds left in the round. Fury at times looks like he doesn't want to be there. Jab lands for Ngannou and he chops with a right hand behind it, and all Fury can do is clinch. All Fury can do is clinch. 15 seconds left. Fury in serious danger of not just embarrassing the sport, but losing the fight. Jab lands for Fury and a right hand splits the high guard, but not enough, as Fury is beginning to become bloodier and bloodier around his face from the work of blood from the mouth of Tyson Fury, and he's a little embarrassed going back to his corner. Good round for Francis Ngannou, who ate some good shots from Fury, but he's showing the better chin and the better power than Tyson Fury tonight. And Fury has got blood from the nose, blood from the mouth, blood on the forehead. Ngannou with some blood in his mouth. Paris Fury not looking happy, looking more concerned than ever. Ringside, and Sugar Hill is giving Tyson instructions that I don't think he could really execute tonight. He's just not sharp. He's not sharp. None of his punches are coming out right. Andy Lee looks concerned in the corner. And this has been an awful night for Tyson Fury. He landed a good uppercut, but ate a straight left hand that knocked his eyes up in the back of his head. And Francis Ngannou is strong, man. I got to give it to Francis Ngannou. I'm not an MMA guy, but he's winning this fight on my card by a point or two. Fury needs to make something happen in these last two. That was a big combination Fury ate on the top of his head. He came back with only one punch, the right uppercut. Fury landed some good shots that round, but it was Ngannou's round. Round 9, here we go. Round 9, here we go. Oh, straight left hand lands for Francis Ngannou. His backhand, whether it's southpaw or orthodox, has just been so much straighter and more well thrown than Tyson Fury tonight, who has hardly thrown any straight backhand punches, southpaw or orthodox. Everything's been an ugly sweeping shot save for 1 or 2 or 3 shots. Fury with the up jab, double jab, hooking off the jab, but no snap on his punches from Fury. Fury lands a right hand, almost eats the left hook in the exchange, but good right hand knocks the sweat off of Ngannou's head. Fury not confident in his offense tonight because in the exchanges, things are very dangerous with how poorly thrown his punches are tonight. Ngannou backs Fury up into the ropes. Fury holds. Fury with a decent first minute, though, landing a couple of right hands here. Ngannou's orthodox like Fury. Fury bouncing up and down. Fury looking for some openings. Throws the jab. Steps over to his left. Double jabs, but pause with it. Not snapping it in there. Ngannou turns southpaw. Might be looking for the straight left hand again. Ngannou stepping over to his right. Ngannou not biting on any of Fury's feints. Making Fury have to work and earn it and set it up. And initiate. Fury stepping over to his right. Ngannou not letting go of his punches this round. Giving this round away to Fury so far. Fury stepping over to his left, but Ngannou has him lined up for a straight left hand. Ngannou just waiting for the right moment to let go of his straight left hand in the southpaw stance. Fury moving over to his right is weary of really getting in range to exchange with that straight left hand of Ngannou. Ngannou. Nice jab lands for Fury. Fury with a little counter right hand, but not with his weight behind it, with his back on the ropes, pulling backwards. They trade left hooks, and Fury just makes him miss with a left hook as he lands his own. Fury touching with the jab. Fury winning this round, outboxing Ngannou a little bit, but not impressively. Fury holding Ngannou into a clinch after they trade jabs. Referee separates them. 40 seconds left in this round. Ngannou touching the jab, or touching the chest with the jab. Ngannou with good timing tonight. He has not bit on the feints of Fury, and he's known when to exchange to get his timing down, when to punch when Fury's punching. And not be a step behind. He hasn't been a step behind. He's held his ground with the Gypsy King and landed the bigger shots. This round is Tyson Fury. Ngannou didn't do anything this round because Fury was very weary of exchanging with him, slowed the fight down, and just pecked on the outside, took whatever he could without getting hurt. And that's an unimpressive round by Fury, but he wins the 9th, and we go into this final round, and I think Ngannou's ahead by a point or two. Fury could maybe salvage a draw by winning this 10th round, but I don't know, chat. Ngannou might have won this fight. We go to the final round. Thank you all 2,000 people who are rocking with us here on FightHype Live. You guys are awesome. And I got a quick super chat from the great Chichi Torres saying Fury is embarrassing his family name in the sport of boxing. I think more than his family name, he's embarrassing boxing, man. This guy, come on. You're supposed to be our best guy against their best guy. And if you were fighting him in an octagon, the fight would have been over 20, 30 minutes ago. But here he is in the boxing ring. He dropped you on your ass. He bloodied your face. You're making a mockery of boxing. You are, and I love Tyson Fury, but this is disgraceful, man. This is bad stuff by Fury. You know? This is the cost of the money. Here we go. The boxing gods are punishing Fury for the circus and for not doing the Usyk fight sooner, I guess. 10th round coming up. Fury is now an underdog at the live odds. If you are to bet right now at DraftKings, Fury is plus 100. Can you believe that, chat? So DraftKings believes Ngannou's going to win this fight when it's all said and done. Round 10, here we go. Fury doesn't look like he really has the confidence or bravery tonight that he usually has to make something dramatic happen. Looks like he's going to try and just win this round but not land anything to change the fight. I'm sure he'll attempt something at some point, but his form is not on tonight to make it happen. His left hooks are sloppier than Ngannou's. They trade left hooks. Ngannou's was better thrown. Fury, with his chin up in the air, made him miss and fall short, but is playing with fire. Ngannou does a double jab, straight right hand, and Fury says, come on, bring it, but backs out of range. Fury bouncing up and down in the center of the ring, holds his ground for a minute here. Will he try to let go of some big shots? Or does he just not have the technique and the confidence tonight? 2 minutes left in this fight. Nothing has happened thus far in this round. Ngannou's actually let go of a couple of power shots. Ngannou lets go of a 1-2 to the body. He falls short. Fury coming back up with a jab up top, but not accurate. Minute 45 left, guys. And Fury is a minute and a half away from disaster. Ngannou switches southpaw. Fury double feint, but not confident to pull the trigger off his feints tonight. Fury up and down, falling short with the jab. Halfway through the round, no one's done anything. Ngannou with a double jab, straight left hand. Fury backs out of range, doesn't return any fire. Fury stepping over to his right in the center of the ring. Ngannou giving some feints, bending his knees. Fury with a little touch straight right hand, nothing on it. It lands on Ngannou as Ngannou steps forward. Ngannou staying southpaw. Fury not doing anything this round. 1 minute left. He lands a jab, sticks the jab in there. Good jab. Sticks the jab in again, but falls short. Ngannou returns fire with a jab. Less than a minute left. Fury, lead left hook lands for Fury, but Ngannou had his glove up to take some of the snap off of it. Fury stepping over to his right. Feint, and now the clock has frozen in Saudi Arabia at 58 seconds. Right uppercut for Fury out of the clinch, but he's uncomfortable in the clinch, and Ngannou does a Superman punch. Ngannou leaves his feet, throws a jab, and leaves his feet for a Superman right hand, and Fury clinches him after that. So Ngannou's styling on him by doing that. That means he's comfortable. Ngannou switches southpaw again, and this round has given us nothing to really choose from, chat. 10 seconds left. Fury, gun-shy, was weary of the power, didn't try to make something big happen. Horrible performance by Tyson Fury. Horrible performance that did. Oh, he lands a big left hook at the bell as Ngannou came straight behind his jab. Got checked by a hook, enough to probably win Fury the round. Maybe Fury salvaged a draw, but I don't think he won this fight. I don't think Francis Ngannou did any worse than a draw. And I'm not happy to say that as a boxing guy, but Francis did no worse than a draw. Fury is the more beaten up fighter. Took more damage. He got dropped in the 3rd round, and it wasn't a flash knockdown. He was hurt. He got hurt in the 8th round, and Ngannou hurt him multiple times and dropped him and landed the heavier shots. I thought he won the fight. I'm going to tweet that right now, chat. Ngannou dropped Fury, landed the harder shots throughout. He did no worse than a draw. Embarrassing for boxing. There we go. Fury Usyk and Fury Ngannou. That's it, chat. I had to tweet that out real quick. Had to do it. All right. Let's see what we get here. Fury is taking the gloves off, and to be honest, chat, down the stretch of that fight, Fury looked like he was considering retirement. Like, maybe I shouldn't have done this anymore. Maybe I should have stayed retired. Because he looked terrible tonight. The Cameroon fans are going crazy in Saudi. Francis definitely feels like he won this fight, and Fury looks a little more dejected. Francis looks very happy, like he feels he won the fight. So let's just await this final announcement to see who won. But in my eyes, Francis Ngannou did no worse than a draw. So we shall see, chat. I want to thank everyone for rocking with us. And as for Undisputed with Fury, nah, man, I'm skipping Undisputed today. Sorry. Boxing took a L today. Fury, even if they give him a win, took a L today. I can't bring myself to play Undisputed. I'm sad. I got to go to the pumpkin patch with my little 4-year-old to shake this off. So let's just wait for this final verdict here. But again, I thought Ngannou did no worse than a draw. Nice catch and shoot left hook by Francis Ngannou. Fury was loosey-goosey with his punches all night, had no snap, could hardly throw a straight right hand or a straight left hand, whether it was orthodox or southpaw. He just didn't have... Everything was an ugly, sweeping, lunging shot where he was coming in with his head down at times, throwing it. Doing an awful version of what Bernard Hopkins did once he got old with his lead right hands. And Bernard's were straight, and he angled his head perfectly to where you were not going to catch him as he put that head down. But, yeah. Gary Facey says, fantastic commentary. Thanks so much. Thank you, everybody. Hey, if you like the commentary, please, show some love and make sure you hit the like button. So it definitely helps us out. Chichi Torres said, Sean, you said it well. This is the cost of the money, not the love of our dying sport. It is. Like, this is what boxing gets for this bullshit in Saudi Arabia. That's why your boy's not out there. That's why they could throw your boy all kinds of money out there, and I'm not going there because this is some bullshit. And boxing got what it fucking deserved tonight with this bullshit, And I can't even say, it's not even fair to boxing. It's not like Al Heyman's out there with this fight. It's not like Terrence Crawford's out there with this bullshit. This is on Fury and Arum and these guys, man. This is on them. And you guys know I love Fury. I've been defending Fury. I've been saying he's going to beat Usyk. I said he should take this guy out in 5 rounds, but you got to keep it real. So, yep. Here we go, the scorecards. 95-94 Ngannou is the first card. I got you, Ben. 95-93 for Fury. Or was it 96-93? Anyway, 1 to Fury, 1 to Ngannou. 95-94. Oh, why did this have to happen? Split decision. The winner is Tyson Fury gets the nod. Yeah. Even his own PR woman, Melissa, is going. Yeah. Ngannou won tonight. He didn't get the decision, but he won. I mean, he was supposed to be blown out and outclassed, and he dropped Fury, and he landed the harder shots, and yeah, I get it. I say Ngannou did no worse than a draw, but it's technically mathematically impossible because of the knockdown. It has to be 95-94, one way or the other, so Fury gets the nod. He gets the nod, but Ngannou won tonight. He dropped him. He landed the harder shots. He inflicted more punishment on his opponent. Tyson Fury was never comfortable in this fight. He was never comfortable in this fight. He couldn't throw a straight right hand or a straight left hand, except for maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the night. Ngannou's straight left hand was down the pipe and powerful. His left hook in the orthodox stance was better than Fury's. Fury was never comfortable in the exchange. Ngannou was the one who was comfortable. He wasn't phased or buzzed or let alone hurt by anything Fury hit him with. And makes sense that he wasn't because Fury had nothing on his punches tonight. He hardly had the confidence to sit down on anything because if he sat down on it, he really could have got caught and knocked out in the exchange. So he did a lot of flicking shots, a lot of sweeping shots with no steam, no snap on him. And he looked. This is the worst he looked since he came back from drugs against Sefari and Pineda. Francesco Pineda was the Italian fighter. He looked terrible against those guys, and that's why I thought he'd get knocked out by Wilder. But then he had this ability to summon this magic for the Wilder fights, but he was terrible tonight, and I've always thought he would beat Usyk. A great big man beats a great smaller man. He would have lost to Usyk tonight. And if he can't go back to the well, and I don't know, at 35 years old, after the wars with Wilder, I mean, that third fight with Wilder is the best fight in heavyweight boxing since the year 2000. I know AJ and Klitschko, Lennox Lewis and Klitschko, but Wilder and Fury, that third fight was almost Ali, Frazier, Thrilla Manila-esque in terms of the punishment both guys were taking that night. And it didn't show up for Dillian White and Chisora. Man, how shitty did Dillian White and Derek Chisora feel? Francis Ngannou did so much better than both of you. You both were outclassed by Tyson Fury, and you were top-level amateurs, been pros, tons and tons of fight, fought everybody in the division, and you couldn't do shit against Tyson Fury. And Francis Ngannou probably got robbed. If you really score it round to round, maybe Fury did enough to edge out a 95-94 with his jab. The rounds where Ngannou, because Fury wouldn't engage as much and would just peck on the outside, he wasn't able to land bombs in some of those rounds. Maybe if I rewatch the fight, Fury did in fact put together 6 rounds. But watching the fight as a whole, if anyone deserved the nod, it was Ngannou. He dropped him. He hurt him in the 8th. He landed the harder, crisper shots throughout the night. And Fury, he hasn't looked this bad since he first came back from the drugs against Pineda and Sefari, Sefari or Safari, whatever his name was. But yeah, I got a super chat I got to get to by Maria C. Thank you. Maria C said, thank you, Sean. Enjoy the pumpkin patch with your little guy. I will, but I got to talk with the people for just a little bit more before I get out of here with the pumpkin patch. Thank you, Maria C. Thank you so much for the 20. Hope you enjoyed the live, excuse me. But Chichi Torres said, they're laughing all the way to the bank with it. Thank you for the super chat, Chichi. Yeah, look, man, this is the bullshit boxing deserves for even running this bullshit, you know? This is what Fury deserves, I guess. The boxing gods didn't like it. The boxing gods, they see the blasphemy, or as Tupac would say on the Machiavelli album, blasphemy! They see the blasphemy, and they're like, no, this isn't boxing heaven. This isn't boxing Disneyland. I don't care how many champions you fly out there. This is an abomination! And so the boxing gods punish Fury. They punish the sport tonight for this bullshit. It's what we deserve. I even deserve it for doing this live. You deserve it for tuning into the live. We deserve it, boxing. Let's take it on the chin. We took an L tonight, boxing. We took an L tonight. Us, collectively. So, yep, this is what boxing deserves. You don't want to make the best fight. Promoters don't want to work with each other and all that. You want to over-marinate fights. You can't really get it popping in the United States sometimes, and so you go take that easy money. That money you didn't earn. The money you're not worth. But just the money they're giving you to sports wash. And this is what happens. An embarrassment happens. So it is what it is. That's the narrative we're going to spin anyways, since Ngannou did better than expected. If what happened went to script, probably wouldn't be saying all this. But this is what media guys do, right? This is the narrative I'm coming up with on the fly. Not bad, right? So MMA won. Yeah, MMA won. And fuck MMA. I mean, I can't say fuck MMA, but I'm not a fan of MMA. But they won tonight. You got that. You got us. Because I don't care how much I love boxing. Fury would have been killed in an octagon tonight. I know that. And that man didn't get killed in the boxing ring. He almost killed him. So, yeah. MMA fans, if you're watching, enjoy this. This is the karma we get. Double karma, chat. This is the karma we get for Jake Paul knocking out MMA legends. This is what we get. This is what boxing gets. Okay, boxing, you want to let this motherfucker Jake Paul make millions off boxing, make a mockery out of boxing, and then take legends from other sports that are loved and admired and respected, and because they got fucked by Dana White, they gotta go to this boxing ring past their prime and get beat up by this fucking kid, Jake Paul. Boxing, you had this karma coming to you. We're lucky he even got the decision. So yeah. Yep. Great fight call. Thank you so much. Bree CS, thank you. Bax Clan said, I love your honesty. Even though you're a boxing fan through and through, you genuinely feel Ngannou won. Thank you again for the honest and brilliant commentary. You got it, brother. Hey, I like to play know-it-all because I feel like if you didn't box professionally before, you should be a know-it-all and actually kind of know it all. You got to get the fights right. You got to prognosticate correctly, because if Sean Porter prognosticates incorrectly, or Oscar De La Hoya, or Bernard Hopkins, or if any former champion picks a fight wrong, you're still going to listen to them the next time they pick a fight because of that credibility they have. Me, I got to get it right or I don't get credibility. So, but the minute I don't get it right and the bell rings and it's round one, I call it exactly. If it goes the exact opposite as I was saying it was going to go, that doesn't affect the commentary. I get right into it for the other guy from round one. So, appreciate it, guys. Jameson Childress said, boxing business got what it deserves, and I'm not happy to say that. Neither am I. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted Fury to take him out in 5 rounds and to go, the Gypsy King is coming for Alexander Usyk. I told y'all he's going to beat Alexander Usyk, but that's not what happened. Yeah. Stop the stream, brother, already. You about to cry. No, I'm not. No. That's, in my 20s, I might have been legitimately upset, but I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. Sean, are you covering Oshaki Foster? I don't know, chat. Oh, you know what? New poll, chat. New poll. This poll is antiquated. Hold up, chat. New poll. Okay. Who won? Hold on. All right, chat. New poll. Let it be known, chat. Who'd you think won? Here we go. Here we go. What the fuck? So disappointed. All right. Yeah. Marshall Z, am I covering the Oshaki Foster fight? I'm thinking about it. I don't think that was originally the plan. Probably got to give the Fam Bam a Saturday night. But hold on. Let's see what Fury's saying, chat. Let's hear. Well, I got to hear it. Oh, Usyk and Fury are now face-to-face in the center of the ring. And there's no way out of this for Fury now unless he just wants to straight back out disgracefully because he's already agreed to this fight with Usyk. Fury is swelling around his left eye. He doesn't have his same swag as he goes face-to-face with Usyk. And, you know, he's running his mouth a little bit, but it's not the same swag. Not the same swag by Fury. Fury's saying, you know, we've been waiting a long time. We're going to get it next. Now Fury's being a little more respectful, not his usual braggadocious bravado. And Usyk's just looking like, motherfucker, you lost. You ain't shit. I'm going to fuck you up. Usyk's just got that look. And Usyk's in great shape, focused, has a whole country to fight for, to uplift by becoming undisputed. And Fury is fat and has been fat and happy. And Usyk's in shape and hungry. And they're asking Usyk, did watching that fight give you more confidence? Let's hear what Usyk says. Hold on. He's smiling. He says, I'm going to be fighting him amazing. Usyk is licking his chops, and Fury, his confident spirit is not in his body right now. It's a different Tyson Fury than we're used to seeing. He said we could go right now, but he doesn't mean it. He didn't even want to keep fighting Ngannou. He wanted out of that fight midway through and just got through it. It can't happen in December now. No fucking way. He's got his face. He's got to heal his face up. Usyk says, big fight. Blah, blah, blah. It's a big fight. Ooh, man. He has got the predator look in his eyes, does Usyk. And Fury is just not himself. He doesn't have that confidence. He looks like a guy who deep down is thinking about, do I really want to even do this now? Because this sport is so tough, man. If you make a lot of money, a lot of motherfuckers do not want to get punched in the face anymore. I don't, and I haven't made a lot of money. Frank Warren is mentioning Tyson's cuts and things like that. And now, on ESPN, they have it up on the Chiron. Alexander Usyk. Ooh, they made Usyk's name first now. Now Usyk's the A side. Shit. The Frank Warren being a promoter, we're going to break all box office records. Yeah, that was a pretty terrible commercial for your fight. This fight was supposed to be a commercial for Fury and Usyk, and it wasn't a good one. Usyk said, thank you so much, I go sleep. Usyk, though, is in straight predator mode. He looked like a shark observing his prey, and Fury looked out of it a little bit. He's not himself. He doesn't have that usual great confident spirit in him, that Gypsy King swag. Fury looked weary after a tough fight that he maybe didn't deserve to win. So now, with all that said, and they transition now to the state of boxing on ESPN. With all that said, and again, thanks everyone for rocking with me today. If someone is putting in all caps racist. Okay, Wolf. I'm genuinely curious who you think that's against. But it wouldn't be a boxing chat without that accusation somewhere for something. But now, if anybody can, off this horrible performance, dial it up and become 2 or 3 times the fighter he was tonight, it is Tyson Fury. He is Mr. Jekyll and Hyde after all. He is bipolar, literally diagnosed with it. So he might be bipolar in his performances. Terrible here and incredible in the next fight against Otto Wallin, right? I mean, Otto Wallin almost won the fight by stoppage because Fury's eye was a bloody mess, right? Otto Wallin got Fury on the ropes multiple times and hit him hard to the body, hit him with good straight left hands, and it looked like what's up with Fury. It made a lot of people feel like Wilder's going to knock him out in the rematch. He went back to the lab, got himself in great shape with Sugar Hill Stewart, showed up 5 months later in better shape, solid, motivated, ready to go, and he had the best performance of his career in fight number 2 with Wilder. Then he shows up for the third Wilder fight, fatter, not in as good a shape, almost gets knocked out in the 4th round, and wins that great war. So, Fury, he is a special kind of fighter and man that maybe could go back to the well and dial it up, and like he did between the Wallin fight and the second Wilder fight, turn it up a couple of notches, not just a notch. So, but now, without a shadow of a doubt, Usyk is the favorite now, based on that fight. He's going to be the favorite at the odds makers now, and all the boxing intelligentsia and the hardcores, they were already picking Usyk. I got to give them credit. I was going on the other side. All the people who eat, sleep, and breathe boxing were already done with Fury's bullshit. They already thought he was ducking Usyk. They already were beginning to pick Usyk to beat him. I wasn't. I was wrong. Like, looking at tonight, Usyk is the favorite now. But I got to see that fight happen, because Fury has shown us before he can summon these great efforts when you think he can't. He did it in the first Wilder fight when he looked terrible against Pineda and Seferi, and I thought he was going to get knocked out. I kept joking around before the fight at Staples Center, Timber! Tonight, Timber! You're going to see a big man hit the canvas, and he did. But he got up, and a lot of people thought he won that fight. I thought the draw was fair. And then again, Wallin busted him up, almost stopped him, busted his eye open, and then he shows up against Wilder and looks incredible. So maybe he's got that in him again, but does he have it in him after a showing like that against a man who never boxed before? This isn't Otto Wallin. This is this guy who never even fought a professional boxing match. And can he do it at 35? And can he do it after the war with Wilder? And can he do it after all this money he's made and everything? And can he do it when he doesn't have that X factor level of motivation that Usyk has with his country at war right now? So Usyk is the favorite to win that fight now. So thank you, everybody. Chikai last time was asking me about my looks, and he spams the chat because he must know, are you Justin Bieber for Halloween? Cut your hair, bro. No, not Justin Bieber. I'm Ashton Kutcher. I'm that heartthrob from 2001 that your bitch, oh wait a minute, you don't have one, wanted to fuck and probably had on her wall. That's who I am for Halloween. I'm Ashton Kutcher, baby. Thank you, Chikai, as always. Got a quick super chat from Mamba Mentality. Thank you, brother. Says, for the super chat, says, conspiracy. Maybe Tyson got paid to let Francis go the distance and bring respect to the almighty MMA. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so, Mamba. He was uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable from round 1. Never was really in his rhythm. And no, I was saying before the knockdown, during the round by round, Fury's uncomfortable. You could just tell he wasn't comfortable. And part of why he wasn't comfortable was he just wasn't sharp. He wasn't on his game. Anytime he really tried to engage offensively, his reflexes, his defense, and how sloppily thrown his punches, nothing was on point tonight for him. Except he still had his bounce, he still had his feints, but no snap on the punches really. And he just couldn't muster up many straight punches with the backhand. Everything had to be an ugly sweeping shot with no power on it. So I don't think anything was fixed. I think Fury, this is the Tyson Fury that showed up for the Seferi and Pineda fights. This is a guy who got dropped by Steve Cunningham. He's hot or cold. And he was real cold tonight. But thank you, Mama Mentality. Drake Bell's another one. Drake Bell, Ashton Kutcher, Justin Bieber. All guys that were hung up on girls' walls. So you could continue to compare my looks to movie stars, which is suspect of you. Go for it, all of you. So it's okay. Is this Ty from Heartland? That's a new one. I wouldn't even know that. Chikai. We'll give the troll a little bit more love. Chikai, would you want to fight me? Let's try it out. Send the email and contact, bro. I'm down. Are you? Yeah, just pull up on me in Las Vegas. Go for it. I'm always in the gyms. So go for it. I'm not hard to find. But that's it for you, sir. Ryan Sheckler. Who won? Tyson Fury won, but I think if anyone really won, it was actually Francis Ngannou. So, anything else though, chat? We're down to about 700 now. Anything else, chat, before we get out of here that you guys want me to touch on? Hold on, chat. I'll ban them. Gotcha. There we go. They robbed Ngannou, so the hype of Fury and Usyk will not be killed. It took a hit tonight, man. It took a hit tonight. Chikai, I'ma ban you because I got that power. I got the power. And let's see. Chikai is now banned. So Matteo Pantangeli says, "Yo, Sean, will you break down Thurman versus Stanionis?" Yeah, I think, tough fight for Thurman. If the Thurman I saw against Barrios, it's a very competitive fight, and Thurman could still come out on top because he's a little trickier than Stanionis. But and he's very fortunate that Stanionis hasn't been able to be active because of the fights being canceled multiple times with Virgil Ortiz. If Stanionis has been active, had 2 or 3 fights in the last 12 months, I'd pick Stanionis. But because Stanionis has basically been just as inactive as Keith hasn't fought in about the same time, Keith is a little more versatile than him, can maybe take advantage of his... Keith against Barrios still ran Barrios into power shots, was still off the back foot crafty enough to run him into big shots. And Barrios has shown he's a good fighter since Thurman took care of him in a wide decision. So I don't know. That fight's on Keith Thurman. If Keith is the same guy he was against Barrios, then he might be a step ahead of Stanionis and do enough to win the fight and be a step ahead of him, walk him into some big shots because Stanionis has been inactive too, and he only fights one way. He just comes forward, but he's sharp and explosive, very sharp. But Thurman might get ran out of the ring because, like you saw tonight with Tyson, Thurman isn't that hungry anymore. He's just not that hungry anymore. Stanionis is. And Stanionis is going to bring the pressure. He can go to the body, which is Thurman's kryptonite. Oof. I gotta wait. I usually give you a pick right away. I gotta wait till I see Keith on Fight Week here in Vegas. I gotta see what he's on. I gotta see his mental, what kind of shape he's in. When he showed up for Mario Barrios early last year, he was in great shape, and that told me, okay, he's ready to go. But I gotta see, man. There's too many variables with that fight right now. If Stanionis was more active, I'd pick Stanionis, but he hasn't been. So we gotta see. Chichi Torres said, Sean, you gotta turn heel on him. That's where the money's at. You think so? I don't know. You think so? Yeah, I don't know. Who said, That's a mob. Someone said, you're always in the gym. I am always in the gym. I was just in the gym today. Get a haircut. Thazo Mob. Why? Answer this for me, Thazo Mob. Why are you and other men like you so obsessed with the appearance and the physical looks of another grown man? Why? If it's because you're gay, then okay, I get it. You're gay, and that's fine, and that's okay, and you could totally be gay. But other than that reason, I can't really think of one. Why would you be so upset? Why do you guys always do this on these lives? It's weird to me. I genuinely want to know. Who was it again? Thazo Mob saying get a haircut and talking about the gym and all that. Yeah. Why do you care? I don't particularly care how a man wears his hair or if he goes to the gym or not. That's interesting to me. You'll have to get back to me on that. Motherfucker, I haven't seen Motherfucker in a while. Good to see you. Said Fury and Canelo both will not even be at their highest level again. We have seen their best. The motivation to match that life or death intensity is gone. Good comment by motherfucker. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they, you know, we'll see. But you might very well be right. You know, probably you'd probably be plus 200 on being right as opposed to, or no, minus 200. You probably, you know. Old School Gamer said, great commentary. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, brother. You too. Have a good one. And shout out to the Old School Gamers out there. I never got an answer from the guy. He didn't get back to me. Hold on. I'm waiting. We're all waiting. I think me and the rest of the chat. It's not just me being petty. We want to hear from Thazo Mob. We want to hear Thazo Mob. Where'd you go? You have so much to say. You got to answer for yourself. Come on. What's going on? Why are you so obsessed with how a man looks? It's not just you. You represent a faction of people that I need an answer. Maybe he went to go obsess over other grown men's looks and he left the chat and we unfortunately have lost them already. It's too bad. But alright, chat, it's devolving into BS. Forgive me for that. Let me finish on a boxing note and we'll call it a day. Are you calling the Benavidez Andrade fight? Asked Antonio Mice. I don't know. Showtime put the kibosh on that, but now that Showtime's going out of business, maybe I should just... What do you think, chat? Since they're going out of business, there's nothing to lose, right? Because before, if I kept doing the lives for the Showtime fights, I'd lose my credential and couldn't cover the fight. But if this is the last pay-per-view they're doing, then, you know, maybe we're good. Maybe we're good. I don't know. And it's actually not the last pay-per-view. Floyd's supposed to close them out with Thurman and Danny as the undercards, so we'll see. Sean, when is the next live commentary? Part of me wouldn't mind just hopping in for the main event of Oshaki, but I don't know. I might chill and just actually watch that fight here at the house with the fam. Why Showtime? Why? Because I think they felt like I was cutting into their pay-per-view buys. I don't know about all that. I didn't think I was, but they were kind of anxious and on edge because of what inevitably did happen. They were fighting for their lives to stay alive as a network, and you know, I think they wanted to make sure there was no way that anybody could take away from their pay-per-view buy. So they said, hey, no more live round by rounds because we don't want people listening to your fucking round by round instead of buying the fight. So, you know, but with, you know, I don't know. So I get it. Let's see. So, but all right, chat. I think that's about it. Thank you, everybody. We're down to about 500. This was fun. You guys are always fun. Have a great rest of the weekend. Go to some pumpkin patches. You know, have some fun. Tuesday is Halloween. I do gotta go to Monday Night Football when the Raiders play the Lions this Monday. So maybe I could push a Z-Cap back to Wednesday because Tuesday's Halloween, Monday's Monday Night Football and everything. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a Z-Cap from Detroit. Like, you know, we'll see. Whatever I can manage. But thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend. And we never did get our answers from those trolls. It's okay. But much love, everyone, and take care. Peace out. Oh, that's... Oh, wait. Wait. I'm just working on that too, chat. Just working on the two. We go. All right. Peace.